Hi everybody, welcome into the channel. My name is Karsh Goblin, this is Goblin KGB. Hi!
Hello.
Hello.
That was good timing.
Yeah, very perfect timing there, Lorian. So, apparently you need to microwave tea, which is like kettles.
Can I say?
You microwave the water.
Don't microwave water, use a kettle.
Yeah.
Use a kettle.
I still
Okay.
That costs more money. You're operating under the assumption that I own a kettle.
So, on that topic, I saw a video of someone who didn't understand how the kettles work, and they put like the pre-made coffee in the kettle
Oh.
instead of just water. And they were complaining that it always boiled over, and I'm like, yeah, because you're only supposed to put water in there. It didn't ruin the kettle. It just kept on boiling over, coming out the spout.
It'd make the water taste weird. For anyone that's not using that, but anyway. Pre-show talk going on, that's what that is. Before we come in, this is our 10th episode of Circus on the Broken Chain. Double digits, no one's died yet, and no one's petrified or lost all of their actions. Just two.
Not through lack of trying.
Not through lack of trying. But welcome on in. So we have Syrinscape in the background, which is what you're hearing. Syrinscape does epic stuff because epic games require epic sound. They're not a sponsor, but go check them out at Syrinscape.com. We also, the other part is that you have you can help out our players by donating to the channel. Every $1 or per 100 bits that you donate helps out our players with a reroll. If you subscribe, everybody gets a reroll, and if you gift subscribe, everybody gets two. If you can look down at the overlay, the stars above our cast members indicate how many rerolls they have. It maxes out at 5, so people are around that 4, 3, 5 mark. We also have the overlay dynamic. Well, we have other indicators of when people have wounds or wound condition and things like that. They'll pop up, and there's a little explanation there on the overlay of what that is. So other than that, they are going to introduce themselves. I'm going to get a drink because I really needed one and I didn't get one right before. And I just realised it when we went live. So we'll start with MrLiveProducer, and I'll be back, and hopefully they behave themselves. But I doubt that they will. After all the pre-show and talk that we usually have, I doubt that they will, but we'll see. So I'm trusting. So I'll be right back. MrLiveProducer, you have the floor.
I'm just waiting for you to go. Go.
Be nice.
Okay, time to throw a party.
Time to talk shit.
Yep.
Well,
Okay.
first off, we actually have to do what we're supposed to do here to do. Hi, MrLiveProducer. I'll be playing your dwarven.
You
guys say you're dwarven Shuni.
Getting ready to do
Wrong
something.
game.
I just want to say, I want to take this opportunity to say, Kobold superiority goblins suck.
Oh, them's fighting words.
He needs to go get water.
Anyway, I'm playing your.
He's watching us.
He's always watching Wachowski. I'll be playing your Shuni Fire Twiler Extraordinaire, Jake Blazing Fury, and yeah, we're all going to die today. Got to keep it going. Del.
Hi everyone.
That's what we call stinking thinking.
I am the perfectly innocent Del. I will be playing Lieriel, the liberated, your elven Aasimar escape artist and cleric of Calistria. Welcome to our 10th episode. We're finally in double digits.
Innocence is overrated.
Lori, I mean, it was mostly sarcastic, but
yeah.
What else do you have to say?
I thought of a good slogan. I just had to say it. Hi, I'm Lorian Ross. I will be playing Azzy, the kobold elemental sorcerer. And I finally have this shirt fixed, the one that is the closest to his actual what he wears. So yay. And it's also my favorite.
Gonna have to get a Mambo one.
That if you can send it to me, I might frame it, but I don't think I'll wear it.
At least once.
Maybe.
Emi?
Hi, I'm Emi Rabbit, but you guys can call me Emi, and I'm playing Leafy, the Leshy druid. And yeah, I'm excited about today's game. I just did today's rune, which we got Algis, which is a good rune. It's a protection rune. So
That's a nice change.
yeah, most of the runes that we've been getting have honestly been really bad.
Really bad or just unhelpful in that they told us what we knew.
But that's fortune telling. It normally just tells you what you already know. Is like, just, you know the answer, just do it. And it's annoying. Anyway, we got a protection rune today. So
They might need it all. Yeah, well.
hopefully we won't need it. Hopefully this is a good sign.
Will?
Yes, hey everybody, my name is Will. I'm playing Jojyre Vanrik, the fast-talking person, rogue, scoundrel, half-elf, who is trying to weasel his way out of being important. And so, yes, I hope everyone today enjoys the episode, and you, yeah, that's all I had in my head. But yeah, just hope today is good, we don't die, and we finally solved the mystery of what has happened in this city, and we finally get out of this city eventually in the next maybe 16 episodes. But yes,
Town.
you guys, yes,
Small town.
yes. Hopefully we get out of the
Village.
Shire. Hopefully get out of the Shire within the next 16 episodes. So yes, hope you guys enjoyed today.
When's Winter's Crest?
Yeah, it might be 16. We'll see. Could be 17. Hi. So last week on the show, what happened there? Who went away? Who disappeared?
MLP.
Oh no!
He froze.
And if I thought it was going to happen to someone, I thought it would be me and my internet.
I know, that's why I was comfortable with you at the back.
as
Rest in
I
peace.
should be, because my internet has been not friendly, but it wasn't me.
Okay. Back up.
I passed my luck on.
No.
We'll do the backup. We'll set the next one up.
May MLP rest in peace.
Best in pixels.
Rest in
Jake
pixels.
will be missed.
Yeah.
Rest in pepperoni.
Okay, so we're good to go back. Of course, when he comes back in, then we'll have to swap back. But anyway, so last episode, our circus. I was going to say heroes, but you're really not. Our circus performers, in furtherance of investigations of the I'm just pausing that because MLP is coming back. I'm going to have to swap again.
Sorry about that. My computer froze.
It's okay, just swapping back over bits and pieces.
Yep.
Gotta make it work somehow.
Now
You live.
I have to move everybody around again. Always do it live because, hey, it may as well.
I mean, well, you got to end the stream just for like 5 seconds, just to. Bless you. And bless you again. Better not fucking sneeze again, though.
You're making me nervous that you can actually hear it because that should be muted.
No,
muted.
you. 3 times is the
Right.
limit, though.
Can I point this out? The first thing that says in the description of this rune that we got today, the first sentence is, control of the emotions is the issue here.
Oh, God.
And well, Dell's out for the day then.
There we go.
Ah.
Look. You know when you read a horoscope and you're like, that's calling me out too hard.
Yeah.
I feel
This is
victimized.
Literally every time.
It's like the memes, like, I feel victimized here. Oh.
I have a lot of feelings.
It's okay.
And I don't even
Tarot-
go to this school.
Tarot cards are very cruel and mean and just call you out. That's all I have to say.
All I have to say is, okay, let's get back to the show. So last episode, our circus performers, in furtherance of their investigation of the happenings of the local town and the furtherance investigations of the murder of their former ringmaster Myron, have had a run-in with the local thugs, the muggers. Not known for mugging, but actually known for, or named for, hanging out at the Mad Muggers Inn. They did get mugged. Well, they got beaten up outside, but then went to cast magic, which escalated the battle, where Two Punch came out, the leader of the gang, not impressed with you a lot, but called you in for a parley and for a talk. Not really concerned with the injuries that her minions sustained, because they probably deserved it anyway. And that's actually written in the book, that she doesn't give a shit. Even if you beat them, she doesn't care, as long as you don't use weapons or magic. But anyway, by persuading her and giving her some monies, mostly the monies, you got some information that a mysterious woman, halfling, with lots of rats had been hanging around town, and that her people had seen this person hanging around in a barn on the outskirts of town. And it's with that information that you're now armed with the location of where Niram had been hiding, or at least stationed in the area. Nemia, not Niram, Nemia Bramblecloak had been hiding in the area, and the possible location of the missing Hawthorne family, and also the missing sheriff.
Yes.
And that's where we open our scene, as I'm sure we were leaving the bar, not in the best of moods.
We already left the bar.
Oh, you left the bar?
Yeah, we were
You left the
on
bar,
our
you
way.
had your scenes after at the...
Yeah, we had our scenes at the circus. It's
It's a whole thing.
We
Dawn
left it
of the
as we
next
arrived
morning.
at the barn. We arrived at
Yeah.
the barn, and that's say we're going to cut it there.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah, because I made the comment that I'm no longer got any negatives to my character
yes.
in episodes.
We sent out Cubby to scout. He told us that bushes were going to attack us. We said,
Other than his,
okay.
no flaws other than his crippling dependency on prescription medication.
So what?
I'm sorry, that was
That's a bad one. I love it.
I'm in a very saucy mood tonight. I don't know why.
Okay,
as
gonna be one of those.
is going to be very interesting today.
No, it's just me. Azzy's. I'm been playing Azzy, but just this is Lorian being a shit.
The best way to be. Greatly appreciated.
Okay, so we open our scene then. Gee, I'm confused. We open our scene in the outskirts of town, near an old barn that backs onto an overgrown field, overgrown cornfield, from my belief. The barn is 2 stories high. Has a double door to the south, which is nearest to the road, and double doors to the north, which is nearest to the overgrown fields. What would you like to do? And I'll change the audio and give you onto the map as well. If I can find the map, there we go.
Well, we know to be careful of bushes.
That, and I also think it'd be a good idea to try and be a little quieter than we usually are. I don't know, there's been a couple of occasions where we've kind of just barged in, and I don't think that's going to work here.
We know for sure that there's people here, or there may be people here, so we should probably be quiet. Yes, I agree. But just careful of the bushes. There may be spiders or something in there like last time, or maybe even more bugs. So we just got to be careful. That's it.
Do we want to try and walk the perimeter first, or just
I
where people are?
let's walk and scout, look for exit routes. You know, meet up at the bar later if we get separated. It's fine. Sounds good.
I'm certainly hoping that we aren't going to get separated while we're all in a 50-foot radius of each other, but you
Yeah,
know,
no, I
it's
think-
it's a good plan just in case.
All right. Let's scout, I guess. What time of day is it? It's in the morning, right?
Believe
Early.
it's
Early
still
in the
early.
morning.
Yeah.
It's like sunrise, right? Okay.
Mhm.
So
So I think our aim was to get there at dawn. I think because we were woken up really early by the roustabouts having a bonfire with all of the posters from the menagerie that were around town. And we were just like, if we're up, we might as well go.
and the inaction. Love it.
I want to sneak around, and I also want to look as well. So can I just seek right now?
Yep.
Just to see if there's any
I'm
like
just gonna
movement.
peek around this corner and just kind of seek up.
And you're
this
walking
sort
right
of
near a
area.
bush when you're told the bushes are going to be a problem.
Shh.
No, we'll
We're
bring you back to the
sneaking
bush.
and
No, I'm good.
seeking.
You quite obvious in the scene is the fact that the doors themselves have a big bar across them, like have a plank of wood to bar the doors. That's the most obvious thing you can see right now.
It's weird. Wouldn't you normally put that inside?
Unless they want to keep something inside.
Well,
But
yeah, I guess. Does it look like has like always had that bar there, or has it been like, is it like a shoddy addition to keep kidnapped people in?
It looks like it's
So
an
we-
old edition part of the barn.
Okay, that's just a fire hazard.
I mean, this is the those what we assume to be the worm people used to live here, right? Maybe there's more worm people inside. That
Hopefully
could be an
not.
issue.
I think
Maybe even a giant demon in there. You know, a demon horse, maybe something.
what?
It's just a possibility. This is really weird. All right, I didn't sign up to be a. I didn't sign up to do
Please
this.
tell me that was just a weird flight of imagination and not anything.
No, horses are
anything
real.
else.
Yes. So we're gonna go around the side.
Are we seeing anything as we're kind of peeking out around these?
You're peeking out. There's no windows to the barn. It looks like it's been there for a while. There's nothing seemingly out of the place, and I'm sure that you're looking into the bushes and whatnot because you have been
From
told that
afar.
might be a thing.
Yeah.
So you're a bit cautious. You're a bit. You're not going near them, but you haven't noticed anything out untowards in the bushes.
Okay. If we come up around this way.
Lieriel's going very fast. I'm gonna catch up to her.
Oh,
Loyal
I would
by
go-
herself. Split the
I would
party.
go at a slower pace. I just I don't want to do the whole thing where we're like each of us inch forward and then waits for the other person
Yeah.
to come on.
So our main concern is that there's the family in there. That's what we're worried about.
And the sheriff is
And
also
the
missing.
sheriff, maybe. Yeah.
If we can find a small opening, I might be able to scout a little bit.
Does this door look
It
cracked
I
open?
can like turn into bugs.
the image is that it's cracked open. The book says it is closed with the again the bar across.
Okay,
Um,
good to know.
I had to correct the map itself because it's written of having again closed with
Yeah.
that bar.
Yeah, I can turn into like something really small, like a bug or something, and have a look inside.
Absolutely sure that you can get out again.
Well, if I'm a bug, then I should be fine.
Okay.
Did you want to try that? I mean, a barn is a barn. It's not totally sealed, so a bug can get in and out without an issue.
Yeah, so I could turn into like you can transform into a battle form of any tiny animal, such as a cat, insect, lizard, or rat. You can specify you can decide the specific type of animal, such as a rat or a praying mantis, but this has no effect on the form's size or statistics. Which it's got some stats there.
You do see some old rat traps, also rat tracks around the area.
So I might be able to turn into like a little tiny spider or something and just crawl in the window.
There's no windows.
Or
crawl through
like
one of the cracks,
crack.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long does that last for? 10 minutes.
That's what you want to do?
Yeah, I'm happy to do that if everyone's okay with that idea.
Yeah, Leafy, if you can, that'd be great. But just be careful. Just be safe.
Okay. I'll get out as soon if I see any trouble.
Yeah. And we'll stay, I guess, where we are now then, and wait for you.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm gonna turn into a bug. I'm gonna turn into a little itty bitty spider.
Is there any water? Is there any water spell? Oh God!
No.
Because I
love
can.
it.
Oh wait. Is it a new day? We had a rest, didn't we?
Yes.
We had a
Yes.
rest.
I just didn't reset my
All
spell.
spell slots back.
All of them back. We can heal.
Nice.
I can
All
go down and not
zero.
worry about death again.
Oh my god. Little itty bitty. Okay.
Little itty bitty spider. Now, where's the spider going to go?
Okay, I crawl under the door.
So, wait, no. So you're going under the door? You're not going to the... I was going to give you options here.
Oh.
Spiders can climb. It's a natural ability of them. So do you want to try to get in from the first floor? Do you want to try to get into the second floor? It's a 2-story dark barn.
I'll go the second floor.
Second floor, okay. So you climb in the second floor. So we're going to move maps for you because we've got an upstairs map for you.
Ooh.
So you climb the second floor and you climb into a little crack above the second floor.
Okay.
And this is where you come in. Like, you seem to be in a loft area. At the end of the loft area, I'll actually give you a proper description as well. Here we are. So you seem to be in a loft area some 12 foot above the floor of the barn. The area is quite bare. There's a lot of rat droppings in this area. And you can see on the ground religious symbols, what looks to be a summoning circle in the ground near some bedding.
And that's all that is to this loft area?
The loft area goes around the top, where you're up at the north of the barn. It goes around to the east and then also around the south. So it skirts around the barn itself. You can hear sounds, though, underneath you.
I'm going to skirt over to the edge just to have a peek down here at the bottom. Because it looks like there's like an opening down below, so I can like have a peek down, see what's going on down there.
So skirt over the edge and underneath, because you can also hang upside down. You're a spider. Let's go back to the other map.
Well, hang on.
No, you're still, still small. As you skirt underneath, and look down, underneath you, there are, you're thrown back. I've got to move that off the edge there because hit points and stuff are being shown. It's being shown. you're thrown back by the fact that there's two what looks to be mephits playing catch with each other. And when I say playing catch, they're playing catch with fire. In a barn with hay all over the place. You see bits around you, like see bits around you around the floor where there's black spots where they've dropped. Oh no. Near other pieces of hay.
Oh no. I'm going to scurry outside and like back out to everyone.
Okay, you scurry outside. Out the front door.
And I transform back.
What was you saying?
Well,
There's fire methods inside just through this door. They're playing with fire.
Oh no.
Oh
That's-
crap!
quite literally a
Well-
saying for bad things.
Looks
They
like I might
On the
be
upside, they seem to be having a lot of fun.
Oh, we should probably do something before they set the place on fire.
Yeah, good idea.
Is there people in there? Did you see anyone else?
I didn't see anyone. I came out as soon as I saw the methods.
There might be a basement or something of the sort.
There was a loft area with bedding and some religious symbols. I think it was a summoning circle of some kind.
Right.
Can I get you to do a occultism or religion? Either one.
Ooh, cultism.
Either one. Would you
Why
like to
did I go
re-roll that?
occultism?
Would you like to re-roll that?
Yes. Can I re-roll it and do religion instead?
Well, yeah, I'm okay with that.
Because I messed up and did the wrong thing. My religion is better.
Still not enough, though.
Oh.
Is your religion better? You have a +4 to occultism and a +3 to religion, it looks like.
How do I have a +4 to occultism?
Ah, but the occultism roll is higher difficulty.
I was
And
looking
the
at the
religion roll is
wrong.
lower.
I was looking at the wrong thing.
Yes, but the religion roll is lower difficulty. The occultism roll is higher. So
Okay.
you don't know which ones are which. But either way, both you don't. You don't really notice anything strange about the symbols on the ground. Now that you think you think back in, that was to see if you you remembered something that was a bit wrong about it, which you don't. So you don't notice at all.
Okay.
Well,
I was just like,
maybe
there's symbols on the ground next
Yeah.
to a bed. Okay.
perhaps they'll
Lots of rat
be
trappings.
kind of like the
Oh.
method at the mill, where if we just
We
let
We
it
should-
go because they must be trapped in there, they'll
I don't think they're trapped there playing with fire. We should deal with it right now before they set. They've been very close to setting something on fire before. There's
well, they
lots of
can't
hay.
exactly get out. They
I mean, how do we deal with
doors are
methods?
barred.
How do we deal with these
I mean,
demon-looking
the-
things? Why are there so many
before
methods
we-
around here?
I've either recruited them or we scared them off. I think these groups might be a scare off kind of deal.
What do you think about then? I think it might be safer to have both doors open. That way, if you guys are scaring them from this way, they can go that way.
We should probably do it soon because they were
Yeah.
very close to setting place on fire. They seem to
Uh,
be having
sure.
fun. So
Does it-
maybe
Does it look like the bar across the door is the only thing keeping it shut, or are there also locks?
From both sides, the only thing there's the ability to bar the door from the other side, but there's no bar there. It's just this side. It's the outside.
Okay.
Let's open the doors. Maybe
Yeah.
they're trapped in there. Maybe the other one just didn't have a friend. That's why he wanted to leave. Remember the water ones had a friend, the fire one had friends.
maybe we can convince them to play outside.
Um.
I'm gonna walk over to the door and start just testing to see how heavy the bar
Yeah.
is.
I'm gonna go around to the other
Jake,
side.
Jake, maybe you could distract them.
with the fire poi.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe.
Oh, good idea. Yeah, that could work.
All right, yeah, all right. I'll give that a try.
Sort them out. Like, say,
Yeah,
come,
because-
let's play outside or something.
All right, I'll move back to about here to try to get them outside of the thing. Outside the barn. I would actually light one of the everlasting poi and start going into performance check.
The everlasting poi is always lit. It's a magical fire. It's not a
Yeah.
real
So
fire.
I'm saying I'll bring it out and get it ready to start doing a bit of poi work. So if the door's open and the methods see it, they might want to come out and play and get them out of the thing, or I become a big giant target for fireballs.
So it's a win-win.
Yeah. So well. So would you like me to roll a performance check with my poi to see if we can impress them, or
Are you
see what
going to start the performance now and then open the door to
That's the idea. Like,
do your performance check?
Yep. $21.
A pretty good performance check.
I lift up the bar.
Before that though,
Oh, here we
Okay.
go.
so you do the performance check. You're getting everything ready. You're starting to your routine, and you're about to give the cue to open the bar, and then you hear a scream from the other side of the barn as
Super not good.
tendrils shoot out
Okay.
of the bushes.
Should have gone the same way to open the other door.
Did I put on the map layer? I did, didn't I?
I don't
Tendrils
even know
shoot
where
out of the
Lieriel
bushes.
is.
I was going to open the other door because we
I-
talked about having both doors open.
as the bushes actually come after, like the bushes shoot out and come
Should have
after
gone the
you.
same way. I should have gone the same way as before.
Is this happening on the other side?
It's happening
Around the
over
corner.
this way.
I'm only going to do one attack because of the having to move.
Yep.
As like the bushes itself seems to charge at you and starts to move at you, and its leaves spring out and start flailing around, catching you with an attack of 29, dealing 5 points of damage.
I mean, I don't want to say it, but that is a crit.
Dealing 14 points of damage then,
Yeah, I really shouldn't have said that.
plus 4 points of damage for
Do
acid.
we hear Lieriel scream?
Wait,
You need to go
it's
help Lieriel.
Wait, it's 14 plus 4.
4.
Did you just get down by the bush?
Nope. I'm gonna not be here in a second.
Plus grapple.
I'm gonna be here in a second.
We just hear a scream and we're like, oh no.
You know, this is great. I'll be able to show off my skills as someone who escapes because I have a bonus to that. Okay.
Let's do initiative,
Maybe
shall
I
we?
can talk to them
Ooh.
as one pile of leaves to another.
These bush methods?
So for
or
us, this would be perceive.
For perceive for everybody else, I think Laura can do escape artist.
Oh, is that
Or initiative.
acrobatics?
Yeah.
Okay, I get a +1 to this
Really?
because
Oh,
yeah, I get a +1 to all escape checks. I can drop my feet because I'm muse touched.
Yep.
I thought you meant you
Was,
only
but
had +1 to us. Like, really? You should have more than
No,
that.
I have an additional +1 to so it'll be 12.
The
Roll20 has crashed for me once I
Oh,
click the
darn
roll.
it.
touched
So
Azzy,
I will
which was what
reload.
Azzy was going to be before they
Yeah.
released the sylph.
It would help if I actually clicked my token, I think.
Yes.
Only it could have been that. Jesus.
And
Oh,
the issue with the farmland like audio set is that there's no combat for farmland audio set. What? They don't expect combat in farmlands.
I requested no combat for the farmlands. That request was summarily denied.
There we go. We'll have the salt marsh combat music then.
Great.
Yeah, great.
Why am I not coming up on the actual?
I have no idea.
order?
Are you here?
I'm here.
Are you sure you're here?
Have you clicked your token?
Yeah, I click my token.
Oh,
twice.
it's because you're clicking perception,
Oh.
not initiative.
That'll be it.
I failed my perception check, literally.
I get to do stealth check.
Alright, so my first one was 21. Oh my.
I get to add to that initiative.
For
Oh, sorry.
who?
My first one, sorry, was 18.
Oh, it's the.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why couldn't this thing have attacked us on the other side?
Because you went around the other side. And because you also rolled higher perception that it's stealth on the other side. You would have spotted it if you went the left way. You actually would have spotted it. Yep. But either way, it attacks. It goes first. Well, it doesn't have much of an option. Let's do a handout, shall we?
Yes. Let us see the form of our demise.
Oh, that ain't good.
These aren't methods at all.
And didn't like this character anyway.
I like the character art.
I think she's talking about Lieriel.
Yeah, I was referring to my character.
No,
And
I meant
was
Lieriel's.
lying.
I like Lieriel's character art.
I love her character art.
So let's see.
her.
What size creature are you?
I'm normal sized, medium, I would imagine. Oh god, this thing is gonna eat me. It's
Which is
gonna
exactly
Audrey
what it
to me.
does.
Oh shoot, it's gonna Audrey to me.
Feed me, Seymour.
They say.
That's not my name.
So
We
let's
can't
see.
see.
We
I
do.
can't see any of this. By the way.
Yeah, no one can because it's around the side of the building. So D6 acid damage, 2 points of acid damage,
I'm down.
plus the bludgeoning damage as it's crunching and chewing.
It doesn't matter. I'm down.
6 points of bludgeoning as it's chewing you as it goes as you eating.
Does that give me another wound?
No, it doesn't. But that's part. It's the same thing. It's part of the same thing. It's just had to roll them
Okay.
separately.
Well, you know, I'm really glad that I have some hero points in my arsenal.
And that's one action. I think for the second action, it moves.
Move closer, please.
And for its third action, stealth.
Okay, well, seeing that I heard Lieriel scream, I'm probably gonna run towards Lieriel. One, two.
You gotta find her first.
Oh, my initiative is now.
It's still there. I'm putting
above
it
it.
to it now. Yes.
Wait,
But-
the turn order is incomplete for me.
Yeah, because it doesn't have me or the thing
Yes.
on there now.
Because
Oh, yeah,
we're both
yeah, yeah.
hiding.
I wonder if this thing will throw me
Yeah,
off.
I'm gonna
I
use
cast Harp
1,
on
2,
it.
3, 4.
Gotta be conscious.
If I spend all my hero points to do something, does that not immediately die? Does that bring me up at this with all of my turns left, or is that at the end of my turn?
Can
I
I take?
give it at the start of the turn.
Can I take the seek action?
You're moving around. You can take the seek action. So 1 for movement, 1 for seek.
I did two for movement.
Okay.
Because I couldn't reach.
Do your perception check versus stealth.
I was trying to stay away from you.
I'm not gonna alert the others of where it is. But for you, you know it's here.
Wait, where?
I'm pinging the map.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm not alerting the others because if I put it on the map, then they will be able to see it. They have to do the seek as
Okay.
well.
So I know where it is.
You know where it is. You can also see that whatever it is, just inside its mouth is a very emblazoned, and you can see just that little hint of yellow.
Oh no. Oh no.
It's like an arm with a yellow sleeve.
Just a little bit of yellow dress.
That's all I am.
Oh
That's all I am right now.
no.
So Jake,
Yep. I'm just
Is it a free action to yell Lieriel?
it's a free action, but to point it out is an action.
I'm not gonna point it out. I'm just gonna yell Lieriel.
Quick question. Where on the character sheet is movement again? I always lose this.
25 is pretty much standard
Yeah,
across
it's
the
in
board.
character. It is.
Straight
I think
down
it's
after your
Oh, speed.
stats.
Yep, I see it.
Speed.
So my speed would actually be 20 because I don't have the full strength to wear this armor I'm currently wearing.
Ooh.
So I take a -5 penalty to speed.
Okay.
I'm just saying it out loud,
Thank
so
you.
that is actually there. So I'm gonna do 5, 10, 15, 20. So I get to hear my first action. 5. Okay. DM question. DM question. If I end my action at a point, is the next diagonal action still classified as a 5-foot step or a 10-foot step?
It'll start anew, I think.
Okay, so
I think that's
5.
fairish.
10, 20. I can get to there my second turn.
Mm-hmm.
And 5, 10, 15, 20 for my third turn. And that's where I'll end my turn.
Not knowing anywhere where Del is.
No.
Okay. Or if you've even ran past Del.
Yeah, pretty much.
Um,
I have no idea. I'm just running around seeing if I can find Del.
back at the door. Will?
I hear the scream. I put down the door. I move as quickly. Lieriel! And I run over. 1, 2.
Wait,
3.
are you yelling? You're right at the door. You were told that there's enemies on the other side of that door.
Enemies, they're just fire
Well, at least
methods,
there's
and
methods.
they're stuck inside.
I'd still yell.
Okay.
I'd yell Lieriel, and then I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Can I get a perception check, please?
It's like 15 feet away from the door. Or away from the stupid bushes.
10, not enough. Okay.
Perfect.
So you start running around the side. You can't see anything.
I'm going to seek.
Do your seek.
Because I will seek. It's just perception, right? Just a flat perception. Can I reroll that? with the
You
hero
can
points?
re-roll that one with hero points. Get those
Yes.
spending up and running.
Do I have? I have 4 now, right? Because I had 3 at the end of last session.
I've got it down that you have 3 now.
Okay, 3 now. Yeah, right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I
I'm going
don't
to-
give an extra one at the start of the session because we have chat donations actually giving. But if you have 0,
Oh, okay,
I will
fair
give you one at the start of the session. You don't
Whoops!
start a session.
I wasn't trying to lie.
It's like, no, it's okay. It's okay.
15.
You're looking around and looking in the bushes and looking in the area. You can't see any sign of L'Oreal.
Okay, I'm gonna also seek again for my last action.
Seek again.
17.
Again, looking around. She's vanished.
Okay, that's the end of my turn.
Azzy.
Okay, I'm going to curse my propensity for holding back. I'm going to move twice to get 25, 50 feet, and I'm going to seek.
Seek.
Perception. 21.
You can see signs of a scuffle down over here. But, like, nothing else.
What's going on? Where's Lieriel gone? Last turn.
I said just abandon the circus and made you think that I'm going to die so that I can bring in a new character.
She's joined up with the menagerie.
With Mistress Dustlight,
with the
like
menagerie.
I've actually
That's
liked them this whole time, and I've just been playing you guys.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize her name was Daenerys Targaryen.
So it's now actually your go in the hidden initiative order.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna do the thing that I'm gonna spend all my hero points so I cannot immediately die.
Okay, they all go.
And that
You now have
that
one.
makes me
wound,
conscious,
though.
right?
You are now conscious. Yep.
Okay.
Inside something,
Okay.
being eaten by acid.
Do I
Good plan.
think that if I hurt it enough, it will throw me up?
I'll give you options. You can cut your way out. You can pull your way out, as in escape artist.
Okay.
Or you can try to hurt, and hopefully that's
Yeah.
enough.
Would
And Lorian,
would-
I'm not allowing you to donate for your own show.
What? But I don't have... This is the only show I can be awake for. I can't be awake for any other show.
For escaping, would I be able to?
14k bits saved up. I've not been able to spend.
Polly
I
tries
could
to pull
use-
this off all the time.
I could use my acrobatics for that, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and I would get my +1 because
Yes.
All right. I'm going to spend my first action to try and escape. Then.
I've got to try to find out the DC because it's their athletics.
Well, so the escape action says that you could use your
Oh no.
Oh no.
Nah,
Oh, no.
rip.
The escape action then escapes from Zoom.
Yeah, hopefully we can move on, but there's other things going on.
There she is.
You good? So you paused, but
So 23. Sorry. 23.
okay, it's rolling now. 23.
And
Versus it's
when I get a success, I get a critical success. And when I get a critical failure, I only get a failure. With that same feat.
you are now standing there.
Okay, fantastic.
Oh, gods!
I am going to. Did this thing come up right on me when
moved out.
Okay, but it had to get really close to me to hurt me, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to scream, "Get back! Get back! Get back!" I'm going to take a step back, and then I'm going to stride 30 feet in that direction. In that
You
direction.
take a
'cause
5-foot step to not do attack of opportunity. Then you run.
Then I run. I've got 30 feet of movement because I'm an Asimar, and they're great. Well, I think the 30 feet is actually because I'm an elf. I don't know. It's one of those two.
So you have the get out of dodge feature.
Yeah. So I take a step
Get
and
the
then
fuck out of here.
I fucking book it.
Yeah. To keep on map, do you want to go down or up? Or probably down. Just keeps you on map.
Sure. I'll go down. So let's see. I was there 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Why'd you say go
30.
up where other people are?
No,
Not
go.
actually-
Well, she's running
Well,
away from the group.
I'm
So
going
going down makes more sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Alright.
going perpendicular to the barn.
And that means, well, that's your go was right before its go, so it's now its go. And the fun part is that it hides really, really well. Leafy is the only one that sees what's happening.
Oh no.
I mean, I literally just escaped from its mouth.
Leafy sees, well, you escaped from the bushes is what's seen. It's a scene that you escaped from the bushes, not from a mouth or anything. You come out of the bushes. But it's Leafy
Yeah,
that
but,
knows
like-
exactly which bush and what the bush looks like and what's going on. And it's Leafy that sees it moving.
Oh god. It's gonna attack Jake.
Yeah,
So-
it's going to attack Jake.
I'm num num.
To be fair, you have. I can heal you. You have more hit points than I do.
If you run back.
No, I can heal from range. I'm not getting close to that motherfucker. That thing.
It uses two of its. It uses two of its strikes at you, with a focused assault. I get to roll once, and if I miss, I still get to do damage. So is a 14 a hit?
Nope.
Well, good, because he still does damage. I really like this ability because it means that I can miss. So it lashes, like the bush starts writhing around and starts slashing at you with its leaves, which are quite sticky and quite tendrous. Because, let's see, we do D8. There we go. So 7 points of damage as the leaf cuts into you. Let's see, I failed, so I still get to do... But it doesn't do... I failed, so it doesn't do the improved grab. There we go. That's all it's go.
Okay.
Still hiding, though.
Well, for my first turn, could I do a seek
Or
action to see if I
concealed.
want to see it?
Yes.
Okay, so what was that to roll? Perception?
Perception.
Well, concealed means that like we know where it is. We just have to make a DC 5 flat check.
Yeah. It's this area here. That's the bush area. But it's concealed. So, yes. Oh, no, actually, you'll still have to do the DC 5 check. It's still concealed.
It's just a flat check when you're trying to hit it with an attack spell or other effect. Except area effects are not subject to it.
Well, if that's the case, then I'll do what L'Oreal did. Take a 5-step back. And then
Look
go
at a dodge.
5, 10, 15, 20.
Is it Leafy's turn or is it Jake's turn?
No.
Oh, it's
so
Jake's
That's
turn.
my second
Oh,
turn.
wait. No, it's not Jake's turn. What do you know? It's
Oh.
Leafy's turn.
Yeah, it is Leafy's
No,
turn.
Leafy's turn.
Put
So
that
does
back
that mean
there.
that whole... Oh, fuck. Pump.
You got
Okay.
attacked, I think, yeah.
No, it was me attacking you and then you'll go. No, it doesn't work like that. No.
Can it?
Okay.
Leafy,
Do I know exactly where it is?
you know exactly where it is. You can do an attack without the 5... Without the concealment.
Can you do point out action?
I'm gonna do the point out action.
Do the point out action and then everybody can see that
It's
it's
like-
right here.
There.
That's huge.
It's like, run away. I'm gonna do. How far away is? Oh, you're so far away from me. Can I? Oh, it's not possible for me to hold my action to heal, is it?
Takes 2
It is.
actions to hold 1 action point. left.
Yeah. So
Wait,
you
is
can
it one
only
or
do a
two?
small heal.
Is it only one?
It's 2 actions to like ready an action, but you're only allowed to ready something with 1 action.
So it's not the
So-
distance heal.
It's the touch heal that's
Yeah.
only the 1d8.
Oh, I forgot to change my cantrips.
Mistakes were made.
Oh,
You had 2 weeks. She doesn't have attack cantrips.
I mean, if you would Leafy have changed her cantrips?
Yes, change them now. 5, 4, 3.
Oh,
2.
I gotta. Hang on, I'd have to look.
Well, we'll move to
But for
Jake's
now-
turn. Okay.
But for now,
You can delay your turn.
But she's
Can
already
I-
started the turn with
Oh.
yeah, can I?
point out, which helps everybody.
delay like hold on to like a heal, like a 1-action heal
Yep.
for if Lieriel runs over to me?
Yep.
Does it still use the spell?
No.
If I don't end up using it?
No.
Okay. That's what I'm going to do then.
So you call Lo to come here to get healed.
Yeah.
Okay. Jake, it is your go. You now know where it is. It's right in front of you.
Oh.
And
God.
Speedy's cat. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you very much.
That's a 3-month subscription.
Damn.
That's
Appreciate that.
that's not Speedy
That's
being
a
here for
tier
3
one.
months. That's
That's a tier 3.
is it? No, it's a tier 1 for 3 months. So that's 3 subscriptions in one. Thank you so much. That's a huge thing.
Thank you.
And that means everybody gets 3.
Everyone gets
What?
Everybody gets 3 hero points because it's 3
I was
subscriptions in one.
I was already at full, so can I?
Well,
use
you need to
some of
use
mine
more.
I haven't had a turn yet.
Yeah, I haven't
Thank
had
you
a
for-
chance to use mine yet.
Thank you.
Thank you
Look,
so much.
embrace the fact that
You know what?
haven't had a chance to use them.
Thank you for coming in.
It just occurred to
it's-
me.
It's no Speedy. Shush. Quiet.
Oh, it's not 3 months. It's a sales trick I have.
Are you sure? Oh well. We'll take all that
It's-
mail for them. Thank you.
No, we won't.
Yeah, we do.
It's fine. I only need one to not die if I go unconscious.
That is true.
I don't know how much
That is
Emi.
true.
I think Emi only had 3.
I had 2.
And Will had-
Because I used 1.
Okay.
I had 2, so I got to 3.
And Will had 3.
So I got to 4. Yep.
Now I'm trying to figure this out because I'm thinking. Thank you, but thank you for being honest.
quick, do more math so that
Karsh.
Karsh is confused.
In case the math is difficult, that means that brings me up to a total of 1.
I knew
Nice,
that
that's it.
one.
That brings me up to a total of 5. Let me know when you're ready, because I'm going to do shenanigans.
It's your shenanigans. Go.
All right,
Um,
I will take out the fire
I think I'm
point.
close, but thank you. You already had the 5 point out because you were doing
Yes.
a performance.
Exactly. But the everlasting fire point does not do damage.
No.
So I actually have to have the other fire point out, which is my actual real fire point.
So you pull that out. You then light it.
I light it. Now that the lighting is a 1 action.
Yes, because you can't light off the fake magical flame
Exactly.
because it's not a flame.
So that's first action. Second action is to attack the fly trap with fire.
Attack it with fire.
I like attacking with fire. Fire is
Gee,
fun.
I wonder if it's weak to fire.
Gee, it is a plant. I have fire.
It's weak to fire.
Or a...
Is that a hit though?
I
Yes,
hope
it is.
so.
So as you hit it, as you hit it, you hit it first with the impact and it moves, and then the flame just starts spreading like across the plant a lot more than you expected. Yes, it's weak to fire. I'm not telling you how much, but it's weak to fire.
Okay, well... I am a very small creature in range of a stepping fly trap. And I'm going to not take the fire step. This is probably a bad idea.
You've already
As-
taken the fire poi out. You've already
So
lit
I've
the
got
fire poi.
first
You
two
attacked with
actions.
the fire poi.
No, fire point is
Wait,
a free action for a fighter, remember?
Fire, so
Wait,
taking out, yes. you've
Didn't
got
he
one more
already
left.
have it out earlier?
No, he had the fake one.
Yeah, I had the fake one. But for a fighter, it's a free action to swap weapons.
Yeah, gotcha, yes. Yes, you got one more.
So
Everybody
5,
else.
10. And I will move here for 15.
Does he have an attack of opportunity? No, he does not. Damn.
Even further away.
Even further away. And now it
There we
is
go.
Jake's
And
go.
that's full 20.
Sorry, Jojyre's go. To the north.
I see the giant fly trap, and I look and I see that, well, all 4 of us are together. There's still one person that is by themselves. So I'm gonna go make sure that I die instead. So I move forward.
That was a very Warwick thing to say.
I was going to say,
I know. I was. Yeah. Why is his face like that? He should. No, I'm actually gonna move forward. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me make sure that I can actually do this. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I'm gonna move a little bit closer. And then I'm going to try to demoralize the plants by saying, I'm just gonna yell at it in whatever. You look like you're green and sick. I don't demoralize.
No, it's like you have weevils.
Look like you're green.
You look like a cabbage.
Is that a spot?
Do you roll
It is going to be
against
intimidation.
its will?
It's a -4 because I assume it doesn't speak my language.
No. No, it
15.
doesn't.
Yeah.
No.
So
Probably
no.
not gonna happen. It's 11.
You're abusing a
just imagine-
plant.
And just imagine Jojyre just standing there trying to demoralize with interpretive dance.
You look more like a starch than a vegetable. All right. So
You need that feat that lets you demoralize with a glare. Just like
yeah, true. And then for
Mythbusters did an entire episode over this.
and then for my other action, I'm going to move again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I have to stand in between, I think.
Yeah.
That's the end of my turn.
Well,
She's
So,
35 away from where she is.
Oh,
yeah,
35.
I'm-
Oh, that's
Yeah.
better.
I'm
Okay, cool.
35 feet that way.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm going to stay over here.
Yeah.
From
She's far.
from where
Yeah.
the fly trap is. Yeah.
I'm actually going to stay over here.
I've fucked off.
Yeah. Effectively
Alright, she ran
speaking, she's
away.
gone.
Okay.
Because she's on 1 hit point. So it's now Azzy's to go.
Okay, I'm going to do something very, very simple. I'm going to move forward, so
Why
I'm
don't they-
within 30 feet.
Combat music just keeps
Okay.
on stopping.
And then I'm going to just chuck a electric arc at it. Because I don't want to chuck water at it, because I don't want to put out the fire. So I'm just going to zap it.
The fire was like a flash.
8.
8 electrical
18.
damage. Has
18 dex save.
Dex.
God, please don't let this plant be dexterous.
Yeah, I can't imagine a plant being very dexterous.
It's
It's very
dexterous.
sneaky.
Oh, no.
It's very lithe for a plant, and takes 4 points of damage.
Ah,
Oh.
something.
It's something.
Yeah.
Is there anything else? That's 2 actions.
Nope, that's 2 actions. Yep, I'm done.
Okay. Lyle, off in the distance, 35 feet away.
Yep. I am going to. Oh God. I don't want to get. Oh God. I guess I'm gonna head up towards my friend. So if I was here, I'd go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, so I'm gonna put myself over here, but let's see, I would be 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. I think I'd be like 15 feet west. I'll edit my little number that I've put there.
Your
in a
marker.
little bit. In a second. Yeah. I know, but I also have to oh gosh, I don't know if this thing is just gonna leave us alone or what.
Oh, it's got
We'll
fresh.
soon find out. We'll soon find out.
Yeah. I don't want to provoke it, so I'm going to cast Forbidding Ward on Jake and the fly trap. Wait, oh no, because I'm not within 30 feet of the fly trap. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna take my next action to get over to Leafy. I'm gonna stride again. And then I will cast Guidance on Jake.
Okay.
So one
Or wait.
action here.
Betty
No,
on.
I'm sorry. I don't have Guidance today. I did not prepare it today.
Yeah.
Shit. I'm sorry. God. I'm so panicked.
You just got
Yeah.
eaten by a plant. I think it's valid.
I'm so scared.
You just got the experience of what your salad tastes like, or what your salad goes through, on the opposite way.
Yeah. This
Every
was
time you see a
none
photo
of
a
this was
woman
nice.
smiling with a salad, now you know what that's like.
From their perspective.
I am just gonna. I'm gonna shield. I'm really scared. That's gonna be my last action. I'm just gonna.
Okay. So do the shield token on your token. So you're hedging your bet that it's only there defending itself.
I mean, I'm hedging my bet that it's not gonna come after us. I know that it's not defending itself because I was 15 feet away. Just
it's territory,
walking in
I
a
should
different
say.
Direction.
It's territory.
God.
You're not really going to the fact that it may have been ordered to defend the area by a druid.
Oh, this mother.
No.
I don't like it.
As it moves through the bush without any effort at all. It's not even slowed down by the vegetation, and it comes up towards Jojyre and Azzy. It has a little move that it does, I believe, that it can strike at 2. So it's going to strike at 2 different targets. And it has a little bit of a penalty, but not as much as you would like. First one's at Jojyre. This has a -2 for chat. This has a -2 to it. So a 13 is a miss.
Okay.
I believe is a miss.
Yes.
The second one has again -2, but that is at Azzy. So 22 to Azzy.
That'll hit.
6 points
Widest
of
range
damage.
I've ever seen.
Sorry, how much?
6 points of damage plus 1 acid.
7 points of damage.
Yeah.
Ow!
Plus grapple.
Oh no.
And that's its action. So, Leafy.
Hey. Oh, what? Sorry. My brain did a thing. Okay. I'm going to use these acid splash.
Acid Splash. The attack roll, does it hit? Yes, it does. For 3 points of damage.
For I don't know why it kept them separate.
If acid did any damage at all.
Oh no.
The acid hits it, and it doesn't seem to do a single thing to it.
I'm
I'm guessing that's the cantrip that you've been going, I want a cantrip. Sorry.
I'm gonna step back.
Everyone's just going.
Actually, wait. Yeah, I'll step back.
Yep.
Because I am squishy.
Well, you saw how big Lieriel is compared to you, and he could eat Lieriel. So
I'm just a pile of leaves.
That might be cannibalism, wouldn't it be? If you're
Yep.
so it's
Something tells me that the snapping flytrap doesn't have an issue with cannibalism.
I know there's morality there. Jake.
All right. Well, I will take 5, 10 to go to the fly trap. Actually. Question. Since... Oh, no, because he's grappled. I was going to say, if I go to here, can you get flat-footed or
Grappled. No.
flanking? Yeah,
Nope.
I thought, but just best to check. Well, so that's my first action. Second action will be to attack with my fire poi for a 16. Is with my damage today.
Would you like to re-roll?
Actually, yes. Yes, I would.
You've got 5 from what I can see.
Yes. That means I got 4 now. So I will re-roll again with my fire poi for 19.
Now you're hitting.
For 6 plus 3. And
once again, the whole thing flashes in a flame.
and I'm going to regret my life choices. I'm going to do a second attack with my fire poi.
Okay.
I regret my life choices.
Would you like to re-roll that?
Actually, yes. Yes, I would, because I'm actually being useful for a change. Oh, sorry. Fuck. -2 on that one. Either way, I failed.
You fail. Okay. No problem. So you're firing at it with your fire poi, thankfully not getting it trapped and caught up in its vines. And you've done some damage to it. It's more than half damage now. Jojyre.
I am going to use an action to take out my rapier, and then my second action to feint at it. So that is going to be the Deception, which is right here. 21.
Versus its perception?
I believe, yes.
No. Oh, wait,
No!
yes.
Wait, yes.
Well,
perfect. Wait.
I'm trying to think. I'll say yes. Yes.
Perception DC, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is now flat-footed against me, and I'm going to hit it with my rapier. So I'm going to go ahead and hit that.
Flat-footed against you or against everyone?
Just for me. I have to get a crit for everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
that's right.
So 22, and then I'm going to roll
hit.
damage. Let's go. 5 plus sneak attack, which I always forget to roll. And so that is whoops, sorry. I have it on the thing. Plus an extra 1. Perfect. So 6 damage.
6 damage total. Okay.
Please tell me it's not resilient to physical.
No, it's usually precise damage, which is sneak attacks.
Okay.
But not in this case.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all your actions.
That's everything.
The reason why I was concerned is because it's got tremor sense. So how you faint with tremor sense, like, is that possible? It's like, well, actually, yes. You can make noise, like you can make movement in other places with the tremor. That's why I was like, maybe yes, but no. Anyway, Azzy, you are grappled.
Yeah. I am going to attempt to break that grapple. I'm gonna,
Yes, squeezing and squirming out and trying to push off and jump away.
Okay, so you got acrobatics, or you can cut your way out, or athletics to strength. Come on! Oh, you're not gonna do that.
I mean,
He's a baby
3
kobold.
a 3 versus an 8. I think I'll go for the 8.
Damn.
I would like to re-roll that.
Good choice.
Come on, you bastard.
16. It's versus reflex. Oh, sorry, athletics. That is a fail.
For
Well,
my second
it's-
action.
Versus the grapple DC.
Which is
Of
the
the
athletics. So that's a fail.
Okay. For my second action, I would like to try and escape.
Good choice.
That's a bit
Damn.
better.
That is better. You escape. Got 1 action left.
Yeah.
Okay, we get sound effects.
Just so no, I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15,
5.
20,
So
5, 10,
5, 15.
No. Oh, is it difficult terrain?
Yeah, well, yes.
In that case, I'm gonna go. Can I go there? What counts
Yes.
as difficult terrain? So
The
5,
bushes are difficult terrain, but if you go
10.
diagonal, yeah. There you go.
10, 15, 25. 'Cause
Okay.
diagonals.
Yep. There we go. Back to Lieriel.
Yes. Okay. I feel better because I can do things now. I am going to cast Forbidding Ward on yeah, I'll stick with Jake in the fly trap because he's looking
Sounds
a
like
bit
Sounds like a TV
hurt.
series there. Jake and the Flytrap.
I'd watch that.
Sounds like an 80s band, like Hootie and the Blue.
And then I am going to use my other action to stride. Let's see. I just want to be. Oh, man, it's not worth it because I want to stay.
Gotta stay within spell range.
I want to stay within spell range. I am going to just shield. Yeah, I'm just gonna shield again.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep that token on because it's too much effort to take it off.
Thank you. So it's go again. It's going to use using two actions to attack twice with a little bit of penalty. But it's not as much as you'd like. So the first action, with a 17 for Jojyre, is that a hit?
That is a miss.
It's a miss. The second action has again -2 with a 20 to hit Jake.
It'll be a -1 because
Minus
it'll be
another
one.
one.
So a 19 to hit Jake.
Will miss because I have AC 20.
Yes.
And now
There's
it
a
takes
reason.
Wait, enemies could miss in this game? I thought this was
So, the reason why I attack twice, and I say he's got penalties, but not as much as you like, he takes -2 to both of those attacks, but he's attacking at his highest attack modifier for both those attacks.
Mm-hmm.
So no map. That makes sense.
So it's the second one that's a better one. And now he gets the attack of now he gets penalized for it. So he's going to hide. Take a sneak action. Stealth action.
Sneaky bastard.
He can certainly try.
May I introduce you to something called Area of Effect?
Leafy, it's your go.
Oh boy.
It's like when the one spider like ducks behind your bed. It's like, well, I'm just burning the house down now.
Okay, I'm gonna
Ancient
use the
orange.
seek action first.
Seek action.
Yes. Perception.
No.
You
You know the general area, but you don't know exactly where he is.
So is he
He's concealed.
hidden or concealed? He's concealed. Okay.
In this case, he's concealed. So you can do the seek action to try to not have the flat concealed roll, or you can just go for the concealed roll. If you miss it, then you miss totally, which is it's just a 5 or higher on D20 before, like as you roll.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna attempt a Tanglefoot to try and no.
Okay, so you throw a Tanglefoot out there into the bushes.
Huh.
Do you want to roll a flat D5? Or sorry, flat conceal. So just D20. D20.
What is it? What a D20?
D20, get 5 or higher.
6.
Okay, so you're throwing it at least in the right area. You just don't know if you don't know if you're successful or not. You're throwing entangled into bushes against a bush.
Yep.
So
You restrain the plants with plants.
Yeah. From Jake's perspective and Jojyre's perspective, the bushes are getting angrier as they're writhing around more. Jake, it's your go.
Okay, well, I will do an action to do seek.
Do
So
your seek.
perception. The first action will be seek. Do I see angry bushes?
Nope. Oh, you see angry bushes. You just don't see which one's the attacking one.
Okay, well, I will attack the bushes.
Attack your bushes.
Okay, so what would you like me to roll first?
Do your attack roll first, and then do your d20.
Okay, so attack roll first.
It's
for
more
my
painful
fire
that way.
boy.
You would have missed
And-
anyway.
Yeah. And then I will take Julian parry action,
Okay.
which
To
means
defend
I will
yourself.
get +2 to my AC, so I'll be effectively 22,
Right.
potentially 23 if
Jojyre.
the action is kept.
I'm going to seek because that seems what everyone else is doing. Jojyre likes to follow the crowd. So where does seek? That is perception. Let's
Just
go.
straight perceptions against its hiding.
Perception. There it is.
I will point out he's trying to hide when he's inside a bush. Gives a little bit of bonus to himself. Would you like to re-roll or just take the 2?
I think I'm just gonna take the. I'll just take the 2.
Okay.
And then I'm going to perceive again. 14.
You've got 4 re-rolls.
I might need them for later. All right, and then
He's saving them for when he gets eaten by it.
Okay, sure.
yeah.
You
Okay.
still can't see it. It's kind of where it is, but like the bushes are so writhing at the moment.
I'm just gonna slice at where it was. then.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's
Do
go
an
ahead
attack.
and try. 28.
Flat D20.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, forgot about that. Perception?
So that was the whole
No,
point of
it's a
seeking.
flat D20.
Oh, flat 220.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and roll 5 or higher. Okay, so you slice at the bushes, hoping that you hit not the spells or the bushes, but actually the creature. Roll damage.
Okay.
Is it over 10?
It's 28 technically. Yeah, because it's
28,
still
no.
flat-footed.
It's not over 10.
Okay.
You're still not
5
close.
plus sneak attack. Let's see. So it'll be 11.
So the bushes are still writhing about.
Okay, and my turn.
I'm blaming Leafy for that, but I love it. Thank you for throwing Jango into the bush.
More shrubbery.
If I was a mean DM, I would actually put his stealth higher because he gets a bonus for stealth inside the bush, but you're not even coming close to his stealth anyway. So I don't have to.
As speedy as a cat says, stop beating about the bush.
In the bush. Azzy.
Seeking's for nerds. I'm gonna run forward and I'm gonna use torrential hands to just blast the entire area with a burst of like hydraulic pressure water, which will just miss Jojyre. It's a 15-foot cone, which is that square, that square, that square, and these 3 squares below. So it's like a triangle.
Yeah.
So if I can draw there. DC saving throw for 7 points of damage.
Let's get the saving throw. Reflex, I'm guessing. Basic save.
Basic reflex.
The bushes are now heavily drenched and still writhing.
That should be an 8, by the way,
Yep.
because of my elemental sorcerer.
Yep. Lieriel, what are you doing?
That's 10.
I would like to seek because I am a nerd.
Do you seek? No?
I would like. I will seek again.
Seek again.
I will fail at that again. I will sustain my spell on Jake,
Okay.
having been quite productive this turn.
The bush is still writhing, but you don't know what's going on. You don't see it move. Because your seeks aren't high enough. You don't see it doing anything yet. but it doesn't lash out. Leafy, what are you doing?
Temptation to stream snipe.
Oh, geez, it's my turn again?
Yeah.
It's probably
I
dead
heard-
already.
I heard
Yeah,
that,
it's-
Lorian.
I'm gonna seek.
You have those combats where you're just like, when is it my turn already? And then you have this one where you're just like, oh my gosh, it's mine. I don't know what to do.
You look into the bushes. Your spell from the previous round is causing problems with trying to find out where it is. You don't think it's actually where it is anymore.
Oh, we don't know. We have no idea where it is anymore.
No.
Oh boy. Okay, well I'm gonna one drop that spell.
You can drop the spell.
Oh, I think it's only to the start of my next turn anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna raise my shield.
Raise your shield.
And end my turn.
And
I
your
don't
turn.
know what's happening.
Jake,
Oh wait, can I yell? Can I yell? It's moved. I don't know where it is.
point out. You can do that. Yes.
Yeah.
If you're pointing out that it's not there, that's still a point out. Jake.
Okay, quick question about the seek action. Does it just seek in this current area that we're in? So
In this
how far
case,
can we seek?
you've just been told that it's moved. So
Yeah.
Somewhere else.
you'll be looking
From-
elsewhere. Or yeah,
Seeking in the bushes.
you're guessing bushes, but
We're fairly certain it has not come out to here because there's not currently something right there.
Mhm.
But maybe it's invisible.
I will hold my action.
I need to get a
To do
bush to just move it around.
Yep. I'll hold an action to attack anything that comes close to me, which means that's 2. So it's 2 actions to hold and attack.
2
Is
actions
that
to hold
including
one.
to hold 1? So I'll do that, which means my effective AC will be 21.
Okay, so okay,
Because
you
if it's
spend one
holding-
to essentially
Oh, okay,
defend
that's the
yourself,
case
and
then.
then 2 actions to hold to attack something. Attack
yeah,
you.
so that means effective will be 23 then.
Okay, Jojyre, what are you up to?
It hasn't lashed out for a whole. We've just been and everything stopped writhing, right?
Leafy called out that you think Leafy thinks it's moved.
I said, yeah.
Leafy's
Leafy's
just told you it's moved.
It's not there
I'm going to-
anymore.
I'm going to seek
Do you see?
because I'm just going to seek. I'm going to seek for any signs of it. Maybe it perished. Maybe someone got lucky. Nope.
Why are we rolling so poorly? Like, we don't have bad perception.
You don't. And Jojyre's is really good too. +7.
My perception? Oh, mine is +7. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a
Mine's
worse one.
+6.
Again. And again. Can't find it anywhere.
It's the end of my turn.
I rolled a 20 and it still didn't work, so.
Azzy.
I'm going to spend my first action to try and seek.
Because seeking's for nerds.
I thought that was for nerds.
Yeah, but also I'm want to save spell slots. 20.
No.
Ah! I shoot an electric arc through the bushes, just in a straight line.
Electric arc in a straight line. Like,
It's
draw the line.
It's still going to be it's a creature within 60 feet of me. So basically, I'm assuming it's kind of in this area here.
Well, draw the line.
somewhere. Well, it's not a straight line. It's a creature you see. It's a creature within range. Does say?
But
doesn't
you
say I
don't
have to
see it.
But you don't
I
see
don't
it.
have to see it.
So
I
draw
don't
the
have to see
line
it.
is what I'm saying.
I-
And then we're going to be rolling a flat 5 for concealment.
So, okay, I just accidentally closed roll 20.
That's
bear
going to
with
be
me.
hard for drawing the line.
So,
Scuffed. Scuffed. This whole thing is
So-
scuffed.
so the line.
So,
Total professionals
I'm
here.
presuming it is somewhere in this box.
You can guess.
Yes. So I'm firing an electric arc in that direction.
Is it 10 foot
Try
wide
it.
or is it 5 foot wide?
It's not an area. It's not an area of effect. It's a single target. Well, it's a 2-target spell. It's like an attack roll spell, except they
Okay,
make the
so you
saves.
shoot one lightning bolt down one side, one lightning bolt down the other, and just hopefully it hits something as it goes down the bushes on either side. Okay, that's why I'm trying to. So you have one line that way, one line that way, and you threw it.
So
After the electric
flat check.
DC 5, twice actually, because you can split into 2 creatures, so you got 2 lines going.
Okay, so I've got 2 opportunities to hit.
So I'll give you that. That's
Well, I
1.
hit with the first one anyway.
That's 2.
So takes 7 points. Well, it makes the save or doesn't for 7 points.
So as the lightning just shoots down and just throws lightning down on both sides, like clearing everything.
I'm kind of hoping the drenched water acts like a conductor.
And you have put water in there, but by the end of the lightning, like the leaves start falling, and like all the leaves just fall off the ground, and you can see underneath the leaves on the pile of ground is the dead body of the creature which you killed last round.
Oh.
Because of sync actions.
Did it?
Scuffed!
Yes!
Um,
That'll show you, Lee, my friend.
But at the same time, when the leaves clear, you also see on the ground, not too far off, under one of the bushes which did have leaves and did have vegetation, but now is clearly going to be dead. There were a pair of boots, very fine black leather boots, and a very fine hat with a almost silver white plumage feather coming off it.
Oh, that is Jojyre written all over it.
Well, I don't really know. The first thing is, it's eaten somebody. Second thing is, who did it eat?
As you say that, you look at the boots and it's like, the boots still have feet in them.
God.
Oh no.
God.
It's about the same size as my feet.
Blueberry, come over here.
Can
To finish off the feet.
Can we
I'm
say
going
we
to-
defeated the plant?
Bad.
That's terrible.
You're welcome.
Bad.
I'm gonna gingerly take out the boots and the hat, just like carefully, and just kind of just take them out of the
Turn
bushes.
the boot
and-
upside down.
As you take the hat out, something falls from underneath the hat onto the ground.
Oh, don't look! Don't look! Don't look! Don't look! Don't look! I'm going to assume what I think is a head. I'm going to just kind of just peek over and look at it. Does it roll, or is it more of a square shape?
Whatever it was small, but falls into like the leaves onto the ground and it's hidden by the leaves.
I'm gonna put the boots behind me into the open, behind me, and the hat as well. I'm gonna go look for that thing that rolled into the bushes.
A perception.
Okay.
Because you're searching.
Oh, now we
you would have done the seek action. that still would have failed. You'd need to get 23 for the things.
Stealth? What?
It was
It's
dead.
it's
Plants in
a
plants.
plant hiding in plant matter has a bonus. So yeah, you're trying to get 23 all that time.
Does it mean
you
if I
pull-
ever try to hide in plants, I'll get a bonus?
No, you don't have that. That's a special feat. So no. You pull
You have
out
2 feet right
a
here.
piece of metal. It's a strange little like triangular piece of metal. It's got a flat base. Looks like it needs to be like it should be attached to something. And it's certainly got arcane runes on it, or like it's got runes on it to show it's magical. But it seems really strange, like this little triangle piece of metal. Perfect time to
You
mute yourself,
muted
Will.
yourself, Will.
Oh, sorry. I looked at it. I was like, oh, this isn't for me. Yeah, and I just toss it towards the magic people. I just toss it on the ground in front of them.
The magic people are all like
I
15
just,
feet away. Like,
I just toss it like a bone.
We're just all in a line.
More interested in the hat.
While
and the
this is
boots.
happening, I will take the moment to snuff the fire poi.
I think that. I think the water
Yeah,
had a
see?
bad hat.
And that also means that I am down 1 oil.
Hmm.
I'm gonna look at the thing, I guess.
It's like a triangular piece of metal.
The triangular piece of metal.
Yeah.
Look it over. Does it have any like runes or anything?
It
I
does
can-
have runes to show that it's magical. Yes, that's quite obvious.
if you want, I can read it, Sora, because I did have that. I do have that today.
Okay, I'll give that to you.
The magical people. Reading the aura. It is magical. It comes off as abjuration.
I'm pretty sure that's the protection one. Didn't seem to protect this guy much. Oh, I should open the treasury. I'll keep note of this.
While Lieriel's doing that, can I do a minute? Lieriel, are you wounded 1 at the moment?
Oh yeah.
So I will actually spend this time as the magic people. I'll look at this stuff and I'll do a medicine check to try to heal Lieriel.
Okay.
So just a flat check for this
I
one.
How
will
long does
try
that
out
take?
10 minutes. You're outside.
Because I was gonna
a
say,
barn with hostile people
I don't
inside.
know. I don't think it's a good idea to do that while
All right,
we're-
fair enough then.
They last you heard, remember, there was a couple of fire methods inside a barn
Yeah.
where there is hay,
Yeah,
and they're
we
playing
gotta-
toss with
Yeah,
fire.
but
Yeah,
haven't
I
you
think we
come
should
out
hurry up and
for
do
a battle?
that
So
before.
Can I ask Karsh, this triangular piece, is it like a triangular pyramid or is it like a flat triangle?
or a spike.
A flat.
is
I
it
won't.
shaped like a
I'm going to miss
D4?
a lot of it, but it's the opening says this pyramid-shaped spike.
Okay, so it's
So
like
it is a
D4.
pyramid. Yes.
I don't suppose this is anything primal.
It's just
We might be able to
Let that be.
figure that out. I'm honestly not sure.
we can look into it later.
We've got to take care of what's inside the
Yeah.
barn first.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay,
Right,
well, let's...
I vote someone that's not me goes to open the other door if that's still one of our plans.
I vote we not split up. Remember what I said before about splitting up. There's a reason for that.
Yeah. Okay.
We move as a pack. Come on.
Let's open this door and then from inside open the other door. Is that right? Does that sound sensible?
The
We
doors are locked from the
can't.
outside.
Yeah,
We're both on the outside.
that's why.
It's fine.
Well,
It's fine.
fish guts.
We'll figure it out.
And we'll go on a break.
Oh,
No, actually, we'll start this way. As Jojyre moves to the front door, to hands on the bar,
bar.
smoke starts coming from underneath,
Oh no.
and that's when we'll go to the break.
Oh.
Man, those methods
Hey.
might have been useful before.
I am.
Oh.
I have things I can do to help.
Yeah, I can create water.
Same. Hey, you stole my thing.
I didn't steal it. It's just a divine spell too.
I can also create water.
I'm joking. It's fine.
Create 2 gallons of
Meanies.
water.
Yeah. So all 3 of us can create water. So this is not.
I've got 1 spell slot, so I can do it once.
Meanies. But we'll be back in.
left.
We're back in about 10 minutes.
We'll be back in about 10 minutes. Stick around. We'll get some circus music going. And hopefully you're enjoying the show. Remember, if you're watching this on YouTube, like, subscribe, all the bits and pieces. Leave a comment down below if you like the show. If you don't like the show, leave a positive comment down below and lie, because it's nice to be nice. And if you're being mean, well, that's not very nice at all. So that's about it. I'm just going to get our music circus running, and we're back shortly. Stick around. Hi, welcome back in. Thanks for sticking around. Our party members just realised that they're based off Pokemon, so yay!
Yeah, so
Based off of, just uncannily parallel to.
So the fun coincidence is that the three small party members, Leafy, Jake, and Azzy, are like the grass, fire, and water starters of a Pokemon region.
Yep.
So, based off Pokemon.
Not based off of. That implies that it was intentional and like we looked at it and we're like, this is what we want to look like.
Loosely based off a true story.
Figuratively based off a true story. No? I don't know. I don't know.
You're based off a true story.
Thank you.
Are you insulting me? Because I've got no idea right now.
I think that's just fact because
I just don't know.
I'm just saying facts.
No idea.
Are you?
Let's get this train back on the
So,
I've confused everyone. My work here is done.
Yep.
away. So, what's happening with the barn? Is it on fire yet?
Well,
Good point.
I would suggest that you place your people, like your characters, where you need to be to go in.
No, I need to get the character sheet out of the way.
Oh,
There.
I'm already positioned.
if I would have saw the smoke, I would have probably looked at it and just like I would just take a step back.
After, but has it been unhinged? Someone needs to be at the door to open it.
Hold on.
Jake, you're good with fire.
Is the hinge an unattended object of light, bulk, or less?
The hinge?
If you're
The
using
thing,
prestidigitation,
wooden-
can we like teamwork it?
It's
Yeah.
it?
it's a piece of lumber. It's a large
Yeah,
piece of
but
lumber,
I'm saying,
which you
how
need
much
to
How much
Wouldn't
bulk?
be-
Prestidigitation.
more than
you can-
light.
Can we? Is
Okay,
it one?
That's what I wanted
Is
to
there
know.
Can
3 of us with it?
yeah? Can we? Is it 3 bulk? Can we teamwork?
That's
Are you doing multiple
teamwork.
prestidigitation to lift up?
The 3 of
Is
us.
that what
yeah.
you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Can I get an Arcana check, please? Between all of you, if you're all working together.
Well, is it really Arcana or is it like
Well,
what
your own traditions, I should say.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Religion, occult,
nature.
whatever you need to be.
17.
Because you this is like a wait a sec, let's do this together. Like it's too much for one person. And this is the first time you've ever tried this. The cooperative spellcasting. You have different traditions which don't really work together. You're doing the exact same spell, but in very different ways. But somehow, you realize that one person's on one end, one person's on the other one, and the other one's in the middle trying to balance the whole thing. And
Team
somehow
building exercise.
you actually lift this big, massive piece of lumber up off its slots and start. And then that's the next issue. You didn't try to figure out where you're going from that point. You get it up. That was the main part. Like,
I'm
is
just
it
gonna
coming?
try and get a gust of wind to just blow it to the side.
We just
But have you told
drop
the
it.
others that? That's the problem.
No.
Do we drop it over here?
So can I get...
away from Jojyre?
Yeah,
seems
away
like
from
the
Jojyre.
obvious.
Jojyre's just kind of... I like to imagine Jojyre's kind of standing there watching, and then suddenly his hair blows in the wind.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean,
Azzy,
don't
can
get
I
me
get a
wrong, I
nature
think it
skill,
would be
please?
funny to whack him with a piece of wood, but we're maybe not the right timing for that.
So you're trying to pull it away, but Leafy's still got that control over what's going on. You've got to try to beat the others to try to just blow it out the way.
We're
Oh.
fine with going with him, just away from
Okay,
Jojyre.
So as it starts pulling aside, you just like the others let go, and it just moves across into the bushes. Doesn't make too much sound, but you throw this piece of lumber off to the side.
And then we
Fucking
blow the door open.
snap trap.
Wind and fire. No, bad.
Just standing here looking at all this happen, just like, all right.
Well, you've met wind before. You've met water before. You haven't met fire.
The methods,
Meet
yeah.
the air one? Or wait, no. Do we meet an
No.
earth one?
No, we
No.
haven't met Earth one. It was the air
No,
one that
not
used
yet.
the
That
Use
used
the
sand. Yeah.
sand.
And he
Yeah,
was
it's just-
he was the one who was like their fire. Or
Yeah.
someone
It is
was
just
like
Earth that we haven't met.
Yeah.
Okay,
Alright.
so
Are we going in?
I guess we are.
well, that being said, is the doors of bulk one or less?
Oh my god, just open the
Open the door with prestidigitation.
No,
Alright.
So who is opening the door?
I'll open the
Right.
door.
someone that has more than 8 hit points.
I'm
Yeah.
standing in the
I-
back. I'm standing in the
I
back.
will open the door
Okay.
in my
Open the
pre-duct
door.
condition.
So I've got to do this twice because I set up like that. You open the door. And as you open the door, you see smoke. There's no big fire. You just see a little bit of smoke in the area, but no big fire. Right next to you, you see a method playing catch with little bolts of fire, little motes of fire. But as you open the door, you hear from slightly further in. Mistress Nemima, is that you?
Oh no.
But it's not from a human voice. It's as if it sounds like another method who's learnt common.
Oh,
And it's not, and that's from further in.
Do you remember Mistress What's-Her-Face has been the name of the druid?
yes.
Cool.
And I think that's the start of initiative because you open the door.
Technically, can I roll?
We don't. We're not attacking.
diplomacy? Say, she's not here yet. Can I help?
Is that what you're going to do? Is that
Actually,
your response to the Mistress Nemima? Is that you?
no. My response to that is, she sent me to check on to feed the prisoners. That's
Are you walking in?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm regretting my life choices right now. So I will walk into about here. Hopefully the fire method doesn't attack me.
So a door opens. I'm going to move that. A door opens. I've got to move these into the right layer as well. You see two other methods. These ones look very different from the fire methods, which you're now standing beside. Who they see you, and they're playing catch, but they're more curious, more interested in you. Which means they're most likely going to drop. There's as you can see around you, the place is flammable. You can see scorch marks where they've done this before. Like there's the fresh scorch mark where there's like a little bit of smoke coming out, which was caused before. But these other two methods, they don't look like fire methods. They look more earthy. Well, I said you hadn't met.
It is Captain Planet. So does that make Nemia the monkey or the heart?
So one of the methods comes out and says, "What's the password, if the mistress sends you, what's the password?
I don't need no password.
He turns and starts speaking to the other method behind. I don't know if you know the language. I'm assuming you don't.
I don't speak method.
Depends. What language is it? Is it
The Earth
Azzy?
language.
Is
The Earth
is
language.
Firefly? It's the opposite of waterfall.
I'm just waiting for you to say, do I need to roll diplomacy or deception check? Actually, this would be more deception, wouldn't it?
I'm deception, but because you are lying. If you want to roll it, you can do that.
I'm going to roll it because why not? I like rolling dice.
Like you hear talking, and the methods start like speaking another language, and they say like both the earth and the fire are now talking. Like in a language now. I think it's Ignan, or I don't know. I think Ignan is a different campaign style, but and they start speaking like. Then they start turning, and you can see the jovialness of them. It turns, and they haven't moved to surround you, but they're surrounding you.
I think at this point we.
Light them up.
No,
Step
I'm
back.
gonna
Step
cast
back.
dancing lights in the background and try and distract them.
Can I step
As
with
a
dancing lights.
the earth method that was speaking common just shoots out pebbles and rocks and spiked shale in your direction. Can I have a saving throw reflex, please?
Reflex.
As it does his birth weapon.
Okay. Of saving of 19.
Okay, you do save. I've got to roll because it's not set up for do damage, of course. D6. There we go. So he sends out just shale in your direction, just flings across through you, and you hear him laughing and enjoying it, and the one behind him laughing and enjoying it, as it's an area effect. You're not just the only one in the area effect.
The fire method?
Fire methods. Let them fight it out.
Not in the barn.
Okay.
Better
So
the barn burn than us.
you take 5 points of damage.
Okay, I'm down to 14. Yep.
And I think it might be time to do
Now it's time to do initiative.
initiative.
I was trying to do it diplomacy, but I thought,
Yeah.
That didn't work. All right, so
So I'll let you get in there. I'll let you fake your way in there, but
yeah,
when push
you
comes
let
to
me
shove,
try.
yeah.
I appreciate it.
Alright, what skill would this be?
For everyone else,
For those outside, I was going to say if you wish to do, because if you were opening the barn with your
That's fine.
magical powers, you
I'll
could
go
use
with my
those.
26.
Or if you were trying to sneak or trying to be stealthy, you could use those as well.
I was kind of hiding on the side actually, but it doesn't really matter.
So if you're hiding on the side, you can use your stealth.
I'm not doing anything particularly special. I'm just waiting. I'm just being anxious. What's the anxiety skill?
I think that's a use special.
I've never heard something that resonated with me so intensely.
That's the wrong one.
what would I be using? Diplomacy
Look
or
at him.
deception?
He's got anxiety.
I would say deception because that's
That
what triggered it.
checks.
Deception's what you're doing. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Oof.
Okay, so we're all over the place in this one. And need to move that one there, and we go to the battles. That might be something. Lieriel, you do go first. You do react first to just like you can see shale being thrown across. At like someone comes out the door.
Yeah. Have I heard what's been going on in there that they asked like for a password and such and things like that?
Yeah, and then they started talking different languages, and then more people more talking, and then.
So Lieriel, like having looked through like Nemia's notes and her map and all of that stuff, and found it extraordinarily creepy. Do I recall anything that could have been like a password?
No.
No.
Wasn't Firefly. I know that much.
It's just on the off chance that I could have maybe rolled for it or figured it out. Oh God. I actually no, I don't want to delay my turn. How far away from me is Jake? That's Jake. I am going to cast Forbidding Ward on Jake. Against that. Against sort of the lead, or at least who I'm assuming is the lead, who I'm guessing is that one.
Okay.
And then
that's 2 actions.
Yes.
If I can put a request in, maybe a small heal because I'm at 14 of max 26.
Should done
I
beforehand.
I can give you a bigger one next time.
Okay.
Or I can give you one next time. I can't do a one action just because I have to be closer. And then I'm going to shield as my other one in case they decide to come out.
Oh, I didn't select my token when I rolled.
Then wait, what's your number?
14.
Let's say put you onto the layer. There you go, done. Leafy.
Oh jeez.
Outside.
Okay.
You see that the like while you didn't see the initial hit against Jake, you saw like this shale being flown across, just being spouted and attacking the 2 fire methods.
Okay. I still think we need to try and lead them outside. So, what's the range on this? 2 feet. I'm gonna. Oh, it's not really. He'd be covered if I went here. He'd be covered by the door, wouldn't he?
The door's open. Like that door here is open.
Acid splash.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if I went here, I'd still have to throw over Azzy.
More creatures.
I mean, right now the only thing that's hurt the fire elementals are the earth elementals, so we might not. You know.
Breath weapons are a thing, though.
I think I'm gonna for now delay my turn, maybe.
Okay, well, tell me when you want to come in at any point. We'll go to Jojyre near the door.
I'm also
Hiding
going
in
to
the
delay.
bushes.
I'm not hiding in the bushes. I'm just kind of just standing outside of sight. I'm going to delay as well.
Okay, it's the method who shot. Who actually did the thing? So he then has a counter, which has a.
I have a +1 AC against it, so my attack is 21.
Mm-hmm. That's okay. Let's bring this up, that one. So he casts a spell on himself. And his size just grows enormously. What was this tiny little thing? What size is he supposed to be? So, this tiny little thing grows to now medium size. Sorry, they're only small. But he grows to your size. goes to your size. You're small.
Yeah.
And he then tries to
Actually,
attack you.
Yeah, I'm small, so yes. So you'll need to do 21 to get me.
Misses. The other method. Who's this one? The other method. Seems to like. While you can't really hear what he's saying or understand what he's saying, it's angry, very, very angry, and in retaliation, breathes fire.
Mm-hmm.
And the breathing fire. Well, you're in the middle of that fire. You don't believe you're the intended target, though.
Nope.
You don't believe you're the intended target. Can I get a reflex save? Basic reflex. DC 17. Passed. I wish they had this coded in for actual bits, but it's not. You take only 3 points of damage.
Okay, so I'm down to 3, so I'm down to 11.
There you go. And then after that, he tries to strike at you.
Okay. I'll be 20 to hit.
26 to hit.
Yep, that gets me.
4 points of damage with 4 additional fire.
So that's 8.
8 in total.
Yeah, that ain't good.
Jake, it is your go.
I am hoping to have a tackle opportunities, and I'm going to step 5, 10. Well, before 15 to get out. I'm going to move another 5 feet, but is there any type of opportunities as I move away?
No attack of opportunities.
All right, and I'll go next to Azzy.
As you leave, you're trying to make sure that you're not getting hurt, and you can see the small fires start. Azzy, it's your go.
Actually, that was 2.
Oh, that's 2. Wait, he still has one more.
Actually, no, it's only 1 action for me.
Yep.
The action to get away. Second action will be Julian parry, and no third action.
Okay. Wasting third. Cool.
I don't actually have anything I did for third action.
Azzy,
You
it's
can
your go.
always
Actually-
seek recall knowledge.
I would recall knowledge about the methods.
Recall which one?
The fire methods, because I assume it's
Okay.
closer to my wheelhouse.
Can I get a? I think it's a cult. No, wait.
Cult?
I can.
Okay. I've got no Martha to Arcana, but 19.
Okay. Well, I'll give you some immunities.
Mm-hmm.
Bleed, fire, paralysis, poison, and sleep.
Not immune to fire.
Bleed, fire, paralysis,
Oh,
poison,
okay,
sleep.
Yeah. But not enough for me to give you the weaknesses.
Okay.
As it is now, your go.
I'm gonna buy us a little bit of time. I'm gonna step here and then conjure up wind and blast a gust of wind straight down in a line through through the doorway.
Mm-hmm.
Would wind spread fire?
I would hope it would put it out.
No wind.
But it's
Depends.
But it's not actually hitting any of that fire. It's just going down in a straight line.
Can I get an athletics check? Oh, sorry, an arcana check, please.
Would it be nature?
Sorry, nature, yes. I'm thinking yes.
New system, who this?
It's not the new system, it's just the...
You could always say like spellcasting check.
Yeah, I've got to think of that way instead, don't I? 18. So that's the line of what's going on. So as you blow down, you see the other door start rattling because it's still just inside your line of wind. You could have blown the other door open. That's what it's about. The force of the spell.
I'm gonna take my turn right after Azzy.
Okay.
With my delay.
I'll move you to higher in the initiative order.
Yep.
Okay. You're now at 11.
Sure. Seeing the gust of wind, do we hear anything from the inside? Any voices, anything yelling from the wind or anything like that? Any screams?
Perception.
Okay. Perception. Oh my goodness.
Do you want to
I hear
reroll?
nothing. I will reroll that, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Better.
Okay. You hear the "Help! Save us!" from multiple voices inside.
Were they the same voices as the methods, or were they something else?
Humanoid, male, female.
What? So not the methods then.
Not
It's
the
actually people. Okay. There's people inside. Shit, I was gonna say we should burn it down. All right. Well,
Of course there is.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go and so what I can see is what I can see, right? Just from the opening right there.
All you can see is all you can see,
Okay.
which isn't much. You can see the fire starting to catch hold, though.
Oh man. All right. I'm going to one door open. The fire is spreading. Yeah,
Leafy
I think I'm
hasn't had
gonna.
their turn yet.
Oh yeah, Leafy has delayed as well.
Mhm.
I'm going to go ahead and move. Was listening in an action? Would you say it counts as an action?
It's essentially a seek, but with sound.
Basically. Okay, perfect. That's all. I was just making sure. I'm going to move forward over here. Actually, I'm gonna demoralize this one right here. Actually.
Okay.
instead.
Do you demoralize?
I'm gonna yell at it and say, "Your mistress is dead. We killed her."
That's
Is
terrible
that
thing to
demoralize
yell.
or angry?
Go for it, Will.
I demoralize her with demoralize him with intimidation.
You sure that's not taunt?
27.
Critical.
Okay. It is
Oh,
now
wait, no,
frightened.
wait, it's not critical.
No,
it's not.
It's a will
It's not.
DC. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in this case, it is
okay.
frightened one.
No, it's critical. It is actually, yeah, it's totally critical. It's totally critical. Yeah.
Okay. It is frightened 2. And for my last action, I'm going to take out my crossbow, actually. And that'll be the end of my turn.
And it just happened to be the only one that spoke common, which is the one you took on.
It's the only one I see.
Yeah. One of the other methods in the background you haven't seen actually yet. He can't really do anything, unfortunately. No, he moves out to here. Let's do this save.
Yep.
Fort save. Not really knowing that there is a line of 16. Is that a?
That's a failure. He is knocked prone.
Not prone. It was the case of if he critically failed, he would have been flying down away from that.
Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be really fun if that happened.
Yeah. Oh wait.
I just hope what I really hope, because it's a funnel that they're all dumb and they just sort of like start flowing in and go flying backwards.
Okay, so he's not a flying method. Just wanted to check that one. Some methods do. So he's knocked prone. Stands up. As another action.
He also
And
can't move against the wind.
1, 2, 3. Tries to fight against the wind, and I'll use that for his last one.
And just like pushing them back with a gust of wind, stopping them from approaching. Buy us some time.
Another method.
Emi, do you want to do your turn soon?
Unless you want to do, you're running out of turn time.
Yeah, you're gonna want to do
geez,
it
I am.
either
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do my
Now?
turn.
Right now
I
or
think.
after this one? Yeah.
I'll
'cause
do
you
it
wanna do it
now.
before me.
Okay, do your turn.
I will do an acid splash.
Do
The
your
one
acid
by
splash.
the door.
An attack roll of 16 is not enough.
Oh. I was hoping they were gonna go outside, but
Honestly, though, that
bit hard
might
for
be
them to get
good because
outside.
right now they're angry at the Earth methods and they're attacking the Earth methods, and that's better than
Yeah.
them attacking us.
I'll raise my shield. Why
Raise your
not?
shield. Okay.
I've got the extra action. I may as well.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If the fire method's turn, one action to move, one action to move. Oh, he comes
And make the
up
save,
and
please.
sideways. Make the save. Let's see if he does it.
42.
Fort. Wow, their fort is so good. Fails, falls over.
Is it 8 or lower?
No. Gets back up for second action. And demoralizes. Jojyre.
What?
Let's throw,
I didn't
throw
say
it back.
anything.
Let's throw it back.
So it's against Jojyre's
Will
will
save.
DC
Yeah.
with a -4.
Yeah, with the
because-
-4. It just starts like it just starts yelling and interpret, and you get the feeling that he's implying that it's going to burn you alive and burn down everything that you ever touched and everything you ever loved. But because it's you, no, you don't roll. I roll versus your DC. So what's your will save plus 10?
Oh, 17.
17. Okay. I will D20 and I'll do the ad when I need to. That's a pass. Wait, no,
Oh,
it's
21?
not a pass because of the you get the impression that that's it, but it's the language barrier that's not affecting you. Just the language barrier.
Just give it the bird.
Oh, you can
Okay.
just imagine a fire method doing the whole.
If it's doing interpretive dance, I'm going to look at it and just a look of confusion on my face.
Lieriel, she'll go.
I'm
I
going to.
will say. Actually, no, never mind. Ignore me. Sorry.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna do a 2-action heal on. Oh God! Seriously? So you get 2 + 8, so you get 10 hit points for Jake. Because I'm gonna do it as a 2-action, and I actually also get back a hit point because I got communal healing.
Yeah.
Which is nice. So now I have 9 hit points. And then it seems dangerous to be clustered like this. So I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, I'm gonna go there.
Okay. Leafy, she'll go.
Yeah.
But didn't Leafy delay?
Actually, Leafy, you should be at way down the initiative order.
5.
You're at 5 now. That's
Okay.
the new one. So that's Lyle's go. It's now one of the methods goes.
What method?
The demoralized one.
Mm-hmm.
That wind is coming in clutch.
It really is really good. It moves down. Let's do the initiative. I'll do the reflex. I'll say fort save.
Does have -2 on it.
It doesn't have to move into it if it doesn't want.
Okay. What if it's It goes into there and it's like, screw this, and starts moving forward.
Ah!
I'm assuming a 20 means it can go against it.
No! Success, it can't move against the wind. It needs a critical success. To be
As in a critical success can go against the wind.
Yeah.
Oh, you meant it was a
Oh.
natural
20, yeah.
Natural 20. Yeah.
So he starts moving through and it's like, yeah, and starts running towards you.
Ah!
Oh God.
And
Forbidding
That's
word
the
isn't up
second
anymore. By
round.
the way.
So he gets to do this.
People frightened too, though.
He's frightened too, yes.
But can frightened people move towards the source of their fear? Is that just 5e?
I think that's just 5e.
You
Frightened just gives them a penalty to all of their checks. Yeah, you take a penalty equal to this value to all your checks and DCs.
Okay, so in this case, the person that frightened them is going to get a bonus to their saving throw as he breathes shale.
Man,
His DC is lowered by 2.
Yeah, his DC is loaded by 2. Yeah.
So everyone gets a +2.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone gets
everyone gets plus 2 to the save. So it's a DC 15 reflex save, basic reflex save, for Jake, Azzy, and Jojyre.
Yes! Natural!
So that's a critical.
Critical success.
That's
I would like to
not-
re-roll this. I'm going to re-roll this.
I just realized that we also have like the critical deck, which we haven't even brought out yet, but we might get to use it.
Good enough.
So yes, it's good enough. So everybody takes some damage except for the person that got the critical success. I've got to do the roll, which is not set up properly. There we go.
I appreciate that Azzy's like taking the brunt of it, but just isn't hurt.
3 points of damage only.
Okay.
With the successes, 0 for Azzy.
Big, I'd suggest holding until my turn.
I am.
And that's that one. That's movement. Okay, it's gone.
And they're not placed very well for being right up on a sorcerer, are they?
Oh, it's this guy's go. So
They can't move though.
This one tries to move down. We'll see if we can do the same thing. Where am I? Fort. Doesn't trip over, can move away, and starts moving down to here.
Coward.
And you see him do a fire breath inwards.
Yeah.
That's so unfair.
Does he just want to destroy everything?
That fire breath inside the room. Is that right? That you said?
Well, for those to the north, you see me fire breathing one of the places down there.
All right, we gotta go in. That's great.
Also, the fire spreads on his turn because he was the one that instigated it. There we go. There we go. Jake, it's your go.
I am holding my action. Holding my turn, sorry.
Hold your turn.
So, yep, I'll hold my turn. Azzy?
My turn. So what I imagine is that blowing the wind, this air method rushes up, blasts rock as he kind of ducks underneath it, and as he comes back up, the wind dissipates and he collects water in his hand and he's going to use an action reach spell and then do torrential hands for a 45-foot cone, which is going to get... Yeah, it's going to get pretty much this entire area.
Well, it's
All
blocked
of
by
them.
doors.
So basically, it's going to be kind
Yeah.
of what I can see,
Yeah.
which is going to be all 4 of them anyway,
Mhm.
plus a bunch of the fire. So, torrential hands. DC 18 reflex save from all of them.
Okay, let's start the reflex saves. So reflex is the one I was hoping for, because reflex is good.
But this has the water trait that affects the fire elementals in any way.
Oh, you think they're weak to fire, to water?
I don't
This
know.
isn't
but
Pokemon.
This has the water trait. If
Thank
that is
you.
relevant, you should know.
Thank you, Emi, for that one. I want to re-roll that one.
You can't re-roll. You don't have hero points.
Yeah, you just
So the
Get
one that was
fucked.
furthest away. The one that was furthest away. He just gets swept along with the water, and he's actually thrown up against the back doors and swept away. And in the distance you see that his body is not how it should be sitting. He hit it quite hard with the water slide. You killed him. I wanted to re-roll that one. I really wanted to re-roll the one.
hey, you got your natural 20 against one of his spells earlier. It's only fair that you get a natural 1 against another.
And is that your whole action?
Did you roll for this? Did you roll for this? These other 2?
Yeah.
So I didn't see them take damage.
I should have done that. Whoops. Let's enter for that one. There you go.
And
And
yeah,
it-
that's 3 actions. So
Are the
yeah.
fires put out?
Yes. Also, good question. Does that affect the fires at all?
Let's see. We'll do a saving throw for the fires, I think.
The fire makes a reflex save.
Would be more of a fortitude save.
Not against this spell. This spell's just a basic reflex.
Huh?
There you go.
Water sorcerer, bitch!
Does Azzy say that? I
No,
was
he
gonna
doesn't.
say.
Azzy
Internal
ducks under the rocks,
monologue.
taking no damage, critical success, and just gout of water, fire hydrants this place down.
As he uses hydro pump.
But
Yep.
the internal monologue is water sorcerer, bitch. If you had the
Azzy.
self-confidence, then yes. Jake, were you going to act now?
Yep, I'll do an act now. I'll move to here for 5-10 feet, and I'll do a hatchet attack against the water method in front of me.
Yep. Did you fail to, like, if you dropped that spell,
Yes,
Yeah, the
um,
wind drop. The wind drops at the end
Okay.
at the my next
Done.
turn. It only lasts 1 round.
Also, Forbidding Ward is not on, so my A. So he doesn't. That blue dot's not there.
Yep.
So it'll be hatchet attack for 14.
misses?
Oh, also, at the end of the thing's turn, its frightened would decrease by 1.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That should have been 10 damage, not 9. I don't know why it's not adding the extra
Same,
point.
done. I gave him
Okay.
5 instead of 9, so yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so that's that turn, and I'll use my last action to Julian parry.
Okay.
So AC will be 22.
Okay. Jojyre.
I drop my crossbow since they got close as a free action. I take out my rapier, and I am going to, I really just want to attack it twice, to be honest. I don't really want to flat-foot it, but I will. I'll feint it.
Well, actually,
As I
if you
use-
move
It
down,
already has the -1 penalty to its AC.
Yeah,
It's true.
Oh.
Also, if you move down
Yeah.
one, you can get flanking.
Yeah, but then I can give you flanking. Actually, would be a big
So
deal.
thank you for that. -1 penalty to AC. That would have actually killed it.
Oh,
Gotcha.
so
From Jake.
Yay!
yay!
Thank you.
I'm helping.
Well, that was
you.
the demoralization from
Yeah.
Jake. So from Jojyre. So I think Jojyre
Yeah.
gave that kill.
Jojyre
Yeah,
gets the kill.
he gets. You share the credit. You made the attack, but he's the reason it hit.
Yeah.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Jojyre.
You're welcome. Free action. I am going to drop the crossbow. I'm going to move. One. Can I move past it or no?
You move on to it.
Do you have the tumble through action?
Would I have to tumble through?
That is.
Yes.
I think anyone can do that.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a
Yeah.
trained thing.
Okay. I believe that is a stealth. No,
Ac-
not stealth.
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics. Yeah, tumble through.
You're
Okay,
all
I'm gonna
circus
tumble
performers,
through.
and you don't use the tumble through.
Oh, it's never a big deal. I might be
Well,
trapped in a
here's-
burning building because of this. Anyways, I tumble through.
Yeah. You
So-
gotta get into a creature's space to tumble through, and typically
Yeah.
some of us are trying to stay away from there. Thank you
Okay.
very much.
That's success.
All right, I tumble through. And I
So
realized I made a
that-
mistake. So move, tumble through, and then I have one action, and I'm going to go ahead and faint. I guess I'll faint the one that's right here. Yeah, I'll faint him. So I'm going to do faint.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I keep forgetting to do that. Did Captain 19?
Yep. You faint.
Okay. All right. I fall on the ground and faint. All right, that's the end of my turn.
Earth
Oh.
methods. Earth methods go. And that's just want to check what it is. That's a fire method. Okay, fantastic. So the earth methods go. It breathes shale
Oh.
because there's a fire method on the other side.
Oh.
They're not going to deliberately target each other, but if they just accidentally hit each other, it's all good.
It's more like, if you walk into my fist, it's not my fault.
Well, it's that. So it actually deliberately says they're not going to target each other. So what your thought was they're going to just fight each other? No. But if they have accidentally include them into their things, they don't care and they just like the idea of it. So that's what he does. He's going to blow shale at you.
Man,
Can I get
methods
a?
are assholes.
They just don't. Why do you think the air method was like pushed up? Like, who do you think pushed the air method under the
I
wardrobe?
know. I love it. I love it. Like I there's something about creatures that are just genuinely like horrible, but not like necessarily evil that I really enjoy.
So can I get Jojyre? Can I get a reflex basic save, please? 17.
Good enough, I think.
That's good enough. You take all of 1 damage. As I do the reflex.
I need
for the other one.
healing.
Baby.
Rock and roll ain't noise pollution.
And the shell comes flying out, but doesn't. But just stops short of Azzy.
Oh.
And then it's going to try to hit you. Actually. So 27 to hit.
That does it. Yes.
Is that a crit?
No.
Damn. Because that's only 4 points of damage.
I need healing quickly. Does the fire method get hit too by the shell?
Yeah, he got hit by the shell. Yes, for 1 point of damage.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's not much. It is now Leafy's go. Back on the
Yes.
outskirts.
So I'm going to move here. I'm gonna do another acid splash because I finally have an attack cantrip. I can just attack and not.
Attack of 20 on the one at the door.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Let's see. Is it immune to acid? No, it's not.
25.
25
and
is a
it has
hit.
It has a -1 penalty to its AC.
It's not a critical, but you're close.
Okay. So it does 6 point of acid damage.
Just hoping.
Everyone just goes.
You throw acid at it,
It has a minus
and
one.
it screams and squeals, and you hear laughing from the inside as it goes down. You drew it out. You killed it.
Yep, that's my 3 actions.
Okay. Lieriel.
All right. Well, I can't see anything that isn't dead. So I feel like I guess we're
You see the
well,
bushes
other than my
moving nearby.
allies. Well, fuck if I'm gonna stay here then.
I'm kidding.
It's okay. I was planning on going in anyway. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I see that Jojyre is fine. He does not need healing. And I'm going to daze the remaining method. So it has to make a will save.
Okay, will save. That's the earth method.
Mm-hmm.
See, some of them are good at reflex, some of them are good at fortitude, none of them are good at will. So that's a fail.
Oh, lovely. So he is going to take 4 mental damage. Is it a critical fail?
No.
Damn. That's okay.
That's it? 4 damage? Okay.
Yeah, it equals my spellcasting ability modifier. Clerics aren't made for damaging, Karsh. I'm made for healing.
There's fire
And-
spreads.
Okay. But that's okay.
Hopefully getting rid of some of the
Sorcerers
fire.
are.
So,
Yes.
Some of the fire spreads.
Fire left.
Not all of it was there, but gotta do
I
that.
can supplement some of Azzy's damage, and Azzy can supplement some of my healing. We work very well together.
Mhm. So it's the earth methods go. Oh, sorry. So that one's off the turn order. I believe the next one's off the turn order because that was the one that you broke his body and neck and all the other bits and pieces. So it's now Azzy's go.
What are the rules for ranged spell through an ally space?
I generally do like soft cover, so it's -2, I believe it is. Same with shooting. We're supposed to be doing.
Debate. No, I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move in. My movement, and then one action. I'm going to.
There's fire right beside you.
Yeah, I know. Nah, the others have got this. I'm going to use Create Water for my last spell slot to douse that fire.
Okay. I think that your ability to do 2 gallons of water is enough to douse that fire.
Azzy coming in clutch.
Mm-hmm.
But last spell slot, is that the last fire?
It's okay. I think.
It will be.
All right.
I
Jake?
have cantrips. Besides, there's no more fire methods.
I will 5 actually 5 10 sorry 5 10 20
You can always open the other door.
but
That's an
action.
interact action.
I know.
5 15
Just like you opened one door, not both, and it's like, oh well. Could have been different.
5,
15 20 I'll end there and do for one action. Second action will be attack the earth method with my hatchet. for a 20 to hit. For 3
That's a
damage.
hit. All of 3 damage. There you go.
And I'll do my third action, sorry, will be a second attack with a hatchet weapon.
Okay.
For fail.
That's a fail.
And that is my turn.
Okay, done.
If Earth Method attacks me, it's an AC 20.
Jojyre.
I say that because my AC changes depending on what my actions are. Alright.
I'm going to attack this one. So first action, take out my rapier.
Oh, you're
Second
already
action,
taking that out.
attack it. So I'm going to go ahead and attack. So let's
You
go.
took it out last,
You
took it
already
out
had
last
your
time.
rapier out.
Yeah.
Move, tumble through, faint. I didn't actually.
Tumble through is part like you do that. Like
Oh.
with tumble through, you stride through an enemy's
Okay.
space.
Perfect. Then I would
You
have.
don't need to
yeah.
put your rapier away for that.
Okay, perfect.
Either way. You attack and you hit.
Yep. It is so damage, then also sneak attack. So 12. Perfect.
Stop
I
it,
just
it's
sliced through
already
it.
dead.
And I just run past the body, just going 1, 2, 3.
You can,
Searching.
you can see that there's fire
One-
on
Yeah.
the other side.
Yeah.
I'm just
in
running past it.
At least one of the stalls.
Azzy's got this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't see anybody.
You don't see
5.
anybody.
I see no one. Shit.
We hear their screams of agony.
You see the last door where you are. Last door to the east is slightly open. You see what looks to be someone in there.
The east. So the one right here?
This one here.
The one, the bottom one or the top
The
one?
bottom one.
Oh,
one.
I see a body, I think.
Yeah,
Right?
you see something in there.
Okay, as an action, I'm going to interact and open it. Just slam it open.
Okay. As your last action, you slam it open. Can I get a sanity check as you fling open the doors to see 2 husks of bodies?
Okay.
Checking this game?
No.
So they look like priests or like people that work in a monastery, and the bodies themselves look like the inside have been eaten out, and they're just empty, and there's a lot of blood on the ground
Wonder
around
what did
them.
that.
They look like they've been here for quite some time, or at least a week.
I see. Interact is a whole action, right? I can't reclose this door. Oh shit. Okay. Okay.
It's a horror scene.
I
I
look
love
at.
the open. Nope.
Can I speak as a free action?
Yeah. Oh no, you can, but you're trying to trigger
I'm
something.
trying to
with that.
yell. I'm trying to yell.
You can yell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I would say,
Jojyre yelp.
we're here to save you. Where are you? And that's the end of my turn.
So we'll go out of initiative order.
Yeah.
As he can.
So the water from Create Water lasts a day. So I'm going to produce water, my ability to manipulate it to like flow it around to put out all the fires.
Yeah. And there's still water on the ground as well. It's just the fire started spreading in, and you just took some of it up, and it keeps spreading. So you do take care of the fire that have gotten into the cow stalls and the horse stalls off to the left-hand side. In the right-hand side, you start exploring, and it wasn't the last stall, but it's the middle stall where you find a family.
Come with me if you want to live. And then I'm gonna.
Putting out
The family are
fire, yeah.
tied down. Or the family are tied with rope. You can see on the ropes that they've tried to not cut them, but like wear them away at a piece of loose wood, which they've been trying to use to cut the ropes. As soon as one of them are untied, they quickly untie their daughter, and they're like, "Are you here to? Thank God you're here to save us. You're not with the sheriff. Who are you?"
That's a good
No
question.
time to explain. Let's get out of here.
We're from the circus.
Do you know? Have you seen the sheriff?
The young girl who I say young but teenage girl is like, circus? Really? Oh my god, being saved by the circus? I'd rather die. Ugh.
That can be arranged.
I mean, we thought we'd be nice, put out the fires, make sure you didn't burn to death. But if you want to stay here, we can relight some fairly easily.
Don't rise to her, just get them out of here. And I'm gonna just keep putting out the fires.
Ushering them out, helping them if they're
Have you-
weak, shoulders.
Have you seen the sheriff?
No, we've been here for a week or maybe 2. I don't
Oh.
know.
Let me get you some food.
Why would we see the sheriff? They had 2 other people captive. The brothers, the Lindell brothers, were tied up in the stall next to us.
Mm.
Well, that door is
I-
closed. I closed it.
I-
Right?
I use my.
Don't look.
I take out some of my rations and like my water skin and stuff.
They haven't been fed for
Yeah.
quite a.
So
They haven't been fed
It's like
since you killed the person feeding them.
yeah.
It's been a while.
Take it slow.
Mephits don't care. They don't feed.
Could you delete the fire token because that's still making me nervous. If I
Work.
haven't put it out.
There we
It
go.
would make me nervous too.
Mm.
Work. Deleted for you.
Hellfire or something. Can't be put out.
The like the farmers to the in the stall next to us. They like she had someone come in from. They looked like they were from the Hermitage, and their skin was wrong. Their bodies were wrong, but like they went to the farmers and there were screams, and we hadn't heard anything from them. Are they okay?
Don't worry about it. Just don't worry. It's fine. They'll be okay. Maybe.
We should check on them. Like
Leave that to us.
It's to us. You are very weak, and your house is unkempt, and it's really dirty in there. And you have to make sure you're the Mill family, right? You're the Millers.
when you say the house is unkempt and it's dirty, the young girl, the teenager, smiles.
You might
Not at all
want to-
because of you. It was, some methods in there. So of course we won't hold that against you.
So as long as they didn't ruin my posters.
Um.
They didn't ruin my
Maybe.
posters, did they?
I
My
mean, there
unicorn.
We have to go home
was.
and
It did
check.
seem like there was a bit of fire that had happened there, but nothing too terribly extensive.
Fire's a new look. I can do a fire.
Can you deal with heavy rock?
That's pretty cool. That's
So
a new look.
besides you three, there were the Linden brothers, and that was it. That was all the captives that was here. All of
Yes,
them.
that's all here. Upon closing the stall, you notice that there's 2 bloody tridents sitting next to the on the inside of the door of the
Tridents.
tridents. Yes,
Like
where the bodies were. Those 2 tridents that are
Bloody
bloodied.
Lindell's brothers. Yeah.
Well, where the Lindell brothers were held captive, but that's not the Lindell brothers' bodies.
Oh, we know what happened already.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And now you know where the worms came from.
Who has the hat or what was the other thing that we found on the
Hat and the
The
boots.
hat, boots, and the little magic triangle.
No, I didn't know the triangle because you had it
I think
last.
Jojyre had the hat. and the
I
boot.
would have probably. I mean, how nice were the boots is the question.
Nice.
well, would you show the hat to see if it was the sheriff's hat?
Yeah, I would have definitely just. Yeah, I would have taken the hat, and if the boots were nice, I would have taken the boots, but I've definitely taken the feet out of them for sure.
So he took the
Just to
feet
clarify.
out. Getting feet out of boots is not a hard
Not
thing
easy.
when the feet are attached to legs. Well, it's not always easy when the feet are attached to legs, but when the feet aren't attached to legs, it's actually a whole thing to get like the feet out of the boots.
I make
Yeah,
sure to untie the shoelaces.
There's no shoelaces. These are tight fit.
It's curious. So, like, when the person who had the boots on died, like, would the blood have run out of the boots or out of their feet, or would it have actually pooled like inside their feet and like coagulated?
It's almost as if the acid have like got into the leather and just like stopped there. But is then they ate through the bone, ate through the muscle and everything, and they just fell out.
So,
Oh, I'm just trying to be gross. I took a forensics class once.
So wait, so you're saying that from where the foot is fine, but everything from the leg up was like just dissolved away.
Yeah.
So inside the boot is still the intact feet?
Yeah.
So I can't squeeze out like toothpaste. I have to like.
It's old, so it's a little bit weird and a bit gooey.
It's
Yeah,
manky.
I'm not gonna show. All right, I'll take it with the feet inside. Just throw it in my bag. If it smells disgusting, I'm gonna show the hat though, and show the
I'll
hat and
help
say.
Jojyre later.
I show the hat and say,
Get
"Is
the
this?
feet out.
Do you recognize this hat?"
Both the adults in the Hawthorne family can they identify that that's the Sheriff Ralhan's hat. The feather was quite obvious, so like she thought it was denoted her to be the sheriff, but we just knew that she was the sheriff, so it wasn't a big thing. Where did you find the hat? It's like, shouldn't she be wearing it?
Well, you see, the mayor has tasked us with saving everyone, and you're the first people we've saved, and we found this hat somewhere.
What about the sheriff?
We
Did
are
you find the sheriff?
fully certain where the sheriff is.
We found
Still looking
parts
for
of the sheriff.
I mean, honestly, the sheriff
I
is
was
probably
waiting
dead.
for that.
Yeah.
I was waiting for the bits. I was expecting bits, but parts are okay for. Yep. Yep. Found parts. The sheriff.
White lies, white lies, white lies.
What do you mean by parts of the sheriff? And again, young
Well,
Mira
we found
is like
her hat.
parts. What parts? What do you mean by parts?
This is not a conversation for young children to be around.
Maybe
Be
we should
quiet.
head into town.
Respect the people taller than you. What do you mean by parts?
Hey!
Ice.
And I look at the girl. And I look her dead in the eye. You don't say shit like that.
You don't scare me. You're just
I
a
don't need
circus
to
person.
scare you. That's correct. I am. Do you have no respect for anyone in your life?
We should head into town.
She maintains the stairs, and her mother says she just moves between you both, facing you to block her. She has no respect. I'm sorry. She actually has no respect. We're trying. Desperately trying.
The same dignity, and I will sort of bend to look at the child. The same dignity you want for yourself, try granting it to others.
She walks off silently.
I'm gonna go and check all the other stalls to see if there's any bodies and stuff. I also gonna tell everyone don't look in that stall, and then I'm just gonna walk to the other ones.
Checking out the place, there's lots of hooks for saddlery and bits and pieces and harnesses. That's about it. That's all that's here.
Is the family injured at all?
There is a ladder to go to the loft as well. You can see that there's another level, about 12 foot up. But there's nothing in any other stalls.
For me, it's more like we're waiting to clear the bottom before we go to the top.
Mm-hmm.
Is the family injured at all?
Just malnourished.
Okay.
And with that kid's attitude,
I'm going to. As that girl walks away, I'm going to use prestidigitation to make it look like she's peed herself.
Oh.
Oh my god.
don't piss off Azzy. Mental note.
Just softly.
Anyway, we'll go back to the information dump.
If you guys just want to wait here, we're just gonna look upstairs for a second, and we can travel to town together.
Well, we're not going anywhere to, like, it's. Are you sure you got rid of them? That woman, she's not coming back.
She's gone.
Oh, no.
She hasn't been back
She's not coming
for days now. I don't know how long it's been. We haven't eaten all that time.
Do you have anything from the body? Like the hat? Oh, we've got the sickle.
The woman.
I do. I have her notes and her, like, map and all that. We do have her sickle. Leafy has her druid staff. We got a lot.
Yeah.
We took care of her. Good enough.
I think she came from the Hermitage. She had visitors one time though. They were like, they looked like priests, but they were just wrong. Not priests. Just people that followed the Hermitage worked there. They were
There's some scary.
Why is the Hermitage doing this?
Evil influences going on here.
You think is the most important question?
I don't know. We've
Might figure it out when we actually talk to them.
She would yell at us quite often when she was here, and she was. I don't know why she was saying things, but she was blaming us for blaming us and blaming everybody for the drought, for the heat waves, for barren cattle and livestock and wild animals. Like, she was blaming everybody for what was happening in the place, like the environmental changes that were happening, like the heat waves, and I don't know why she said that she was going to slaughter everyone in the circus and like try to scare off everybody.
What have you
literally
done?
Nipped that one in the bud.
Well, she did kill somebody in the circus, but that's beside the point.
She said that if everyone witnessed, like, if everyone witnessed, like, the performers just be like die off and be displayed in front of them, and like that everyone would flee, and she was going to do it to the town if they didn't, and she was going to keep on doing it until like the town fled.
Well, at least I can rest assured that the last remnants of guilt I had at killing her is perhaps now gone.
Are you sure the Lindell brothers are okay?
It's a story for another day.
Where they are right now.
Listen, I think I really appreciate this, but you are exhausted, and honestly, I think your daughter might be more afraid of this situation than she's let on, so you should probably take care of her.
She's hiding around a corner at the moment, not happy. Well, not happy seems to be the normal what she is, but you think that what you did to her is going to piss off even more. She knows it's not her.
Would I be able to make a deception check so that she thinks it wasn't me?
You can try.
I don't want to know that.
This might be one you want to re-roll if you roll lowly.
We'll see.
Blueberry, go try.
I'm not against having.
Maybe.
Sorry?
I told Blueberry to go try and comfort her.
She shoes off Blueberry.
Child.
Blueberry sits kind of close by, but
15.
If you want to re-roll, you can. If you don't, then you can keep it 15.
It's
we'll see how we go.
Chance of being worse. I'm going to keep it at 15.
Okay.
Can I make some kind of persuasion roll as Blueberry?
You get the impression she doesn't like animals. She doesn't like anybody. She doesn't like people.
So a typical teenage girl.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I
from
was
seeing her
hoping
room-
that she doesn't like people, so she might like animals.
You saw her room. She has a unicorn being eaten by a dragon. And the unicorn is a separate picture which she's taken off and put in the dragon's mouth. Not the nicest of persons.
I'm a little dragon.
And certainly not a fan of animals and wildlife. But we won't end it here, but we'll go back to, we'll cut scene, go back to the circus that night.
Well, we have to investigate.
grabbed one of
Do you
those
wanted to
tridents
investigate
just
upstairs real quick?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Oh, investigating upstairs.
Investigating
Yeah.
upstairs, checking around, see what we can find.
Upstairs is a what looks to be a bed, a lot of rat trappings, a summoning like a religious circle, and can I get a spellcasting check for those that are spellcasters?
Yeah.
21.
Can I check how old the poop is?
That's really, really, really weird. No, I'm not going to allow that. That's really weird.
I want to know how. I want to know how far.
You can
how
guess
long-
it's last time that they were there would be when you killed her.
Oh,
would've
Azzy, will
been-
you guidance me?
That's what
for
I wanted
this?
to know.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So it'll be this +1. And it is religion.
Okay. Well, that's a good roll. So in the loft, the symbols, while they are religious, and you can figure out that they represent this like several sigils of Gosreth.
Oh yeah.
Interwoven into them, though, there's quite a few demonic runes.
Am I coming to the conclusion that this is where the demon that attacked the church was?
Not specifically that, but there's certainly a corruption.
Mm-hmm. Would I be able to?
Like it could have been that.
Yeah. Would I be able to like break this summoning circle? You know, like.
Oh yeah.
You know, get rid of it so it would never be able to be used again.
I'm just gonna power wash it.
And is there anything else around, like any books that she may have copied this down from?
There's no
or
books.
anything like that.
There's no books. And after power washing, you find underneath her, like you power wash the place around, and it washes her bedding off, and you see a small a flask there, which I was going to give you anyway in the narrative.
Okay. All right. I'll take that. Am I seeing anything with a lock on it? I know I have a key from her, so I'm specifically like, I don't know if I've seen anything like that around.
Nope.
No.
Inside the flask looks to be like the inside has a liquid. It's just a little bit off color, almost alcoholic, like like cider, like that type of. But it's more viscous and looks like have a few pieces of thread inside there.
Can I read the aura?
Yes, you can.
Take a little bit of
It's
time.
magical.
Take a minute.
Transmutation.
Okay. Interesting. I think we can give that a little bit of extra look-see.
But that's
I wanna grab one of the tridents.
I'll grab the other one
just-
because why not?
I'll take it up to Lieriel. Is this magic?
I will read its aura.
I don't think it is. I might have to check though. In a different map and a different. I don't believe it is.
No, this is just horrifyingly bloody.
Not magic.
Not useful for me then.
Can we take a minute to see if we can actually like tell what these things would do?
you want to spend time to do that.
Yeah.
You can escort them back home, and can go to the place, like go to your wagons and whatnot, and spend the time there to do your investigations.
Also, medicine checks.
And medicine checks as well. I'm not going to spring a random encounter with that. I'm trying to move it back to base type situation.
Yeah.
So do your investigations on
I'll do
the
myself.
items which you need while you're doing while people are spending medical checks.
Both at
Nice.
the pyramid and this weird liquid. I don't know if this is the appropriate skill check or if you need us to roll something not.
That'll do.
Yeah.
So the liquid you
Who
said
else
first.
needs? Who else needs?
It is an oil of mending.
Okay.
So it's a consumable, one shot, second level mending spell. Done.
Oh, nice.
That could be really useful for the Feather Falls net.
I'm gonna heal Lieriel.
And then once I've healed myself, I'm going to turn my attention to Jake.
Oh, okay, thank you. Sorry.
Oh, fudge.
Fish
Just
guts.
I mean, that's
I'm
a
going
2d8.
I'm going to... Yeah, I got tons. I'm gonna re-roll.
It is 2d8, yes. Sorry.
you can just spend more time to do it later.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
We're cutting out the rest of the
Ah!
day. Yeah, coming back
What?
later.
I-
That one though,
I will re-roll.
I'm gonna
15, just.
Oof.
Okay. So that was one. Lyle's identified one item. There's still at least one item.
Sorry.
I think there's more than one item that's still outstanding too.
That's not great.
That could be done later.
Yeah, if someone else
We should be back
wants
at
to.
camp.
So
now.
do you want to do the thing for this? I was going to call it by name. That's bad. The pyramid.
Yeah, I mean, I rolled a 13, so I don't think
Okay.
that's enough.
No,
and
it's not enough.
given that I only have one hero point, I think I'm going to keep that.
Can I
But
try?
if
Can I try?
Any,
Let me have-
by
Yeah.
all means, Azzy, by all means.
just in case it's of a primal nature.
Mm-hmm.
24.
24.
And if this is like an hour later, I would have guided myself for 25.
Although you don't know if it'll be appropriate for you, it's called a savior spike. It attaches to a breastplate. And essentially, if you fail, if you need to jump off a ledge and onto another ledge, you activate and it shoots out into the ledge and stops you from falling.
This is crazy. This is weird. It's like it can like you put it on your armor, and then if you're about to like fall off a cliff or something, it'll spike itself into the cliff to help you catch your fall. I don't need this, but anyone else who wants it, Jake, you're the only one of us who really wears armor.
Or
Okay,
Jojyre.
yeah.
I think wears armor too. But
I
yeah.
do wear armor.
Oh, you do.
Are both of you experts in reflex?
Oh,
I am
yeah.
expert in reflex.
That's
You
important.
probably need it for sure then. You definitely need it.
All right, I'll pass it to
Okay.
Jake. So you
With
can add that.
Jake. Can I also spend some time to read the aura on the... If Jojyre wants me to, I can look at the boots, just given that it's strange that the acid stopped right there.
It's a normal, mundane.
Yeah, I think the boots and the hat I was gonna hold them just like we should probably return these. Just make sure that, closure. So
We
So-
should get you a fancy hat, Jojyre.
I'm not taking the hat.
Well, I wasn't saying
That
that.
hat,
Yeah,
just
like a-
something nice.
Oh, sorry. Not really a hat person. Makes it look like I have authority, so I don't want to wear hats.
Or maybe
Just
take the hat.
Quick
with
out of
us to
character
give to
question.
the
Don't
character.
you have a top hat in your character art?
I have a hat I wear for work.
No, it is a top hat. I remember Em.
And
Em
it
making
looks
that.
lovely on you, dear.
So later in the afternoon,
Yeah.
unless you need to do something right now.
No, I'm all good.
You're good? Good? Yep. You sure you're good? You're good? Good. Later in the afternoon, you, how can I put this? The two Hawthorne parents come, they come wandering into the back area, the camping area of the circus area, and with them is the attendant, the servant, or the butler, essentially, from the mayor. They're wandering around. They seem to be they're asking around people, and you overhear them asking for the ringmaster of the circus. Strangely, they get pointed towards Jojyre.
No, I can take you to the professor. All right, just follow me.
Is it the professor? No, everyone's saying that you are the ringmaster.
It's complicated. Why were you inquiring after our ringmaster?
We can't find the mayor.
I'm sorry?
You can't find the mayor.
So the butler says, sorry, first things first, and he steps back and indicates that the Hawthorns would like to give you something, and they step forward and they offer you a small box.
We recognize it.
Which you've seen before. Inside the box is a scarf, which you recognise because you've seen before. Because you've been through it before. He says, it's been in my family for a long time. It's about the only thing worth of value that we have. But that's a thank you for... I would rather you have it than pass it on to my daughter.
I was going to ask if you were terribly certain, but I quite understand that sentiment.
I think...
I think we prefer.
She can have the
I can
mirrors.
only speak for myself, but I think
Oh.
she needs to be taught kindness. And hopefully with... If you could lead by example and be kind to her, she could learn how to do that.
We've tried kindness. The next step is to tie her to the water mill and see if she can hold her breath.
I like this
the
family.
opposite
That's
of
not-
kindness.
That's not
Honestly, that
kindness
might-
at all.
Yeah, even for me, that might be a bit far.
But either way, thank you for doing what you've done for what we've been hearing. For what we've been hearing on the journey here, for everything you've done for the town. It sounds like that woman has also affected you greatly. We didn't know, but we've just been... But thank you for us, and as I said, thank you, and please, it might help you with this scarf. And they take a step back, and the mayor's assistant, or like a butler, essentially steps forward and says, and now for the bad news. I think it's my job to inform you that the mayor is missing. Well, he's not missing. I believe him to have overstayed his welcome to the Hermitage.
Hermitage.
I believe the Hermitage of the Blessed Lightning. He was going to arrange a meeting for you and the leader of the Hermitage.
Indeed he was.
For your duties, for what you have done. And while he has had a good relationship with the priests there, it is well known in town that they don't ever allow anybody to stay more than a night. It's part of their long-running rules and traditions. He's been gone for several days.
Didn't we see him just the other day, though?
You spoke to him. No, spoke to the butler, not.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's an issue.
That it is.
Yeah.
So if he had any things to promise you more than, more than seeing the leader of the Hermitage, might not be able to get that from him unless you go to the Hermitage. I'm sorry for doing this to you.
I mean,
Should be
most of our
sorry.
payment was in advance.
Where is the Hermitage?
It's not actually. It's about a day's walk, about a day's journey to the northeast, out of town. It's off towards the coast. It's on the cliff face, actually, of the coast.
Oh, that does sound nice, though.
Just if it starts storming, watch your step. I believe that they built it there because of the amount of lightning strikes that they have in the area.
That sounds precisely where I would want to build a settlement.
Well, it's not a settlement. It's a hermitage to Gozareth.
It's sacred.
Yes, it's perfect for that. On the coast with the wind and waves and the lightning.
What do I know about Gozareth?
Neutral god of nature, essentially wind, waves, lightning, storms.
I used to worship Jojyre.
Yeah.
I used to worship Jojyre.
Yeah.
A long time ago. They are a twofold deity. Male and female at the same time. Representing the wind and the waves, the storm, and the power of nature.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it demons, perchance, or is that just something
No.
these people?
No.
Okay, I was just making sure.
They're elementals, maybe, certainly. But nothing other than primordial nature. Equally, the wind that blows the sails and the gale that tears down the house simultaneously.
They'll probably, something might happen with them attacking the town again.
Well,
I don't think there's anyone left to do attacking of the town since the only active agent was the Nemima.
Was Nemima a worshipper of Jojyre? She was, wasn't she?
Yeah,
we found
believe so.
symbols on her of.
And, I noticed them in that summoning circle.
Yeah, me too. I did as well.
Did anyone go witness the bodies hidden in the stall? Wait, the two people that got the tridents.
Oh.
You went into the stall.
Azzy got a trident.
Right, I did. I didn't take it because it was mundane. I can't really use them.
Yes, but you went into the stall to get the trident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you went into the store, you would have seen symbols of actually an altered version of Gozareth on the robes.
That's right.
Would I know if it's a thing with Gozareth about reclaiming back to nature?
It seems a bit more militant than they should be.
Something's wrong.
No, definitely. Jojyre was never. Jojyre has no motivations. They just are. It's the wind and the waves. They don't desire to erode or tear down or blow or crash. They just do. So for something like this is very unusual.
I think maybe we should go check it out. Something's wrong.
Definitely.
I mean, We were going to meet with them anyway. It doesn't seem logical to simply abandon that now that someone's gone missing. It's only more motivation for us to actually go there, in fact. For doing the whole good people thing.
I guess we have to do it. Oh, fine. We will help, and we will do all this stuff.
I have, former connections. I've not worshipped Jojyre for a very long time, but that might hold me in good stead.
I wonder.
Can you be in good stead with a god that has no desires?
No, but more so their religion. Just knowing the teaching. I mean, again, the worship it was my tribe worshipped Jojyre, but not as we didn't call them Jojyre. We had a different name. We didn't. So the religion was different, but it was the same deity, if that makes sense.
You may have cultural connections.
Yeah, exactly.
This might have something to do with the droughts.
Possibly. I mean, it seemed like she was upset, and I would think that if she was upset with the town for thinking that it was the town's fault, then it might not be her fault.
But at the very least, there's probably a reason that they've been swayed to think like that.
There's definitely something wrong. The ruins were wrong. The creatures that came out of the body in the graveyard, I can't help but think there might be something corrupting going on there.
If they've been corrupting with Jojyre, then it might have corrupted other nature around as well, which would cause the drought.
That's what worries me. It was. I was struggling with fishing before I met you lot. I wasn't making much money at all. I could barely catch anything. What if it's something that we need? It's something that'd be worth checking out. Absolutely. And hey, while we're there, if we get the opportunity, I can take you up on that fishing offer, Jojyre, if it's not too stormy.
Yeah, sure, that sounds good. But let's definitely we'll fish after all of this for sure. But the biggest thing we need to figure out is that did the Hermitage actually are they with the druid that we found and killed, or are they against the druid that we found and killed? Because if they're with, then they're the ones that murdered Myron. So.
And on
until
that,
we're
going to...
No, by all means. You can...
I was going to say, with that, we're going to end.
Yeah.
With that exact thought. Were they the ones responsible for killing Myron?
What does the scarf do?
Do you want to do a roll for the scarf?
Yes.
Yes.
I'll just tell you anyway, because you can do multiple rolls overnight and whatnot, and I'll just tell you. It's a scarf of dancing. I've got to find it because I'm on that page. Because it was back from the bar, back from the mill.
We were nice. We left it there, and it
I
came
know.
back to us. It was supposed to be for us.
Yeah, and they also said they had nothing else of
Also
value.
punishment to the other girl.
Money in there.
When freed, the millers will happily reward the players with this item. That's what it actually said. So if you leave it there, they will reward you. If you steal it, well, that's less.
Then
nice.
you don't get anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a dancing scarf plus is an item. It's illusion, invested, magical, visual. It's as long as this long billowing scarf, typically of woven silk or sheer fabric, adorned with bells and other jangling bits of shiny metal, grants +1 to performance checks to dance. So totally not written for this campaign.
Of course not.
Ooh.
What? Oh, it's illusion.
Yeah.
Who does the most dancing?
Or you can do dancing later in other performances.
Yeah.
I mean, it just depends on whether we can challenge enemies to dance battle now. Is that viable?
Oh, yeah.
Oh god, so
That's
we're
what
going for a dance battle.
That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the Team Skull.
All right, who wants to keep it for now?
That's what it was. But again, if you left it there, you did the right thing. You'd been nice. You left it like you were tempted to steal it, or just requisition it. But yes, sometimes you get it anyway if you leave.
I don't think any of us were going to take the scarf. I mean,
I
was.
was.
And
You're
level
welcome
up too.
Yeah.
You get a level up.
Oh wow!
Wait,
Yes.
because that means
Usually I would wait for the prep before the next session, but no, this is like I do know that you'll get level up because of the 4 methods, and the big
Audrey
yeah,
too.
Audrey 2, which was the big one there. So that's going to happen. But let's do our outros and let's do our bits and pieces, and I'll search for.
Can't roll for.
Well, there's no rolling for hit points anymore, which is really, really
Exactly.
disappointing for me.
I could roll a dice here anyway.
Which is why for Call of Cthulhu we roll for sanity and we roll for luck all the time with our donations because we really need it.
Yeah, I am not for that game. Well, since I'm first on the list, I'll go. My name is MrLiveProducer. I play here every Thursday, either Saints and Sinners or Chain of the Broken Circus. I killed that wrong.
Circus of the Broken Chain.
I just do it
Circus,
after
brain,
time.
jerk, and
just
focus.
And keeper of.
And keeper of Masks of Nothotep, our Wednesday morning, Tuesday night show for the Americans. And yeah, it's definitely been interesting. I was helpful today. I feel so good. And I got a very nice spiky spike for my armor.
Spiky spikes are the spikiest.
Ooh, cantrips get more powerful.
All right, Del.
Hi everyone, I'm Del. I've been playing Lieriel the Liberated, your Elven Aasimar escape artist and cleric of Callistria, who's just kind of doing her thing, talking to people, like enjoying the company of some and detesting the company of others. I don't know if you were pointing to yourself for enjoying or detesting.
Pick one. Now it looks like you're frozen. Okay, we'll go to Lorian.
Hi,
But
I'm
it's the
Lorian
correct
Ross.
one, and I'm not going to tell you.
That's-
My internet froze for a second. You can't find me anywhere. Don't see me.
Yeah, that's
all I
stalking.
got.
Now
Hi,
Lorian.
I'm Lorian Ross, and you can find me most places at Lorian Ross, SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Music, Twitter, and now for the first time as of today, TikTok. I put my first video out, and it's really dumb, but it's fun.
That's
And
what
who
works.
knows? Let's see if I can actually make that app work for me, because I've never used it before.
It's fun.
Yeah. I do music. I do music streams. Well, I haven't been doing music streams recently because I've been doing a lot of prep for Descent into Avernus, which I run every other week in this time slot. I GM that. And yeah, good to. That's it. I've got music coming out soon, ish. It's been a long time since I've properly released something, but I have a lot of stuff that I've been working on.
Emi.
Hi, I'm Emi Rabbit, but you guys can call me Emi, and I've been playing Leafy, your lushy druid, and
Blueberry.
Blueberry, the little bear cub. And yeah, you can find me over on twitch.tv/Gathering of Nerds, where we played Minecraft. We also play some multiplayer games. Last night, instead everyone was watching me fail at playing Ori in the Blind Forest.
Oh my god, I
I'm
love
really-
that game so much.
It's my first time playing it,
but I'm really bad at platformers. So that was fun. It was a good game, but like I'm just really bad, so it got frustrating. But you can also find me on twitch.tv/Emi_Rabbit.
Vinyl.
OST.
This vinyl glows in the dark. It's so
Nice.
extra.
Oh, nice. But yeah, where I have been playing Minecraft, I just started doing hardcore Minecraft, where it's like if you die, like you lose the world.
Oh.
So I'm on World 3, which I've been playing. Like I've been playing it for a little while as well, so that's good. I think I'm on like day 3 of that one. The first one I lasted like 5 minutes. So
Always good.
yeah, always good.
Will? Oh, sorry. Finished
yeah.
or?
Yeah, I'm finished.
Okay. Will?
Yes. Hey, everybody. My name is Will. I've been playing Jojyre Vanrik, the Scoundrel Rogue. And yeah, I hope everyone today enjoyed the episode. And yeah, it was fun. A lot of stuff. People almost died. Same old, status quo. Perfectly fine. Yeah,
Has there been a session where someone hasn't almost died?
No, that's just part
No,
of it.
it's usually Jake. I got the 3 today.
It is mostly Jake. I will. Yep, sure. But at least
Jake's
you didn't
our
have a
front
boss
line.
battle.
Yeah, no, not like the. Not
Oh, we
like
just had
our.
Audrey too.
Would we have fought the druid there if we hadn't killed her in the woods?
Possibly.
Ooh.
There's
Yeah.
contingencies, but actually it's probably not. Like the fighting the druid is actually triggered if you go to the Featherfall 5 dragon in the initial investigations. But because you were not going near there, I went, no, stuff it. Let's do it in the woods. So they weren't in the wagon. They were, but yes. So I did it in the woods because that's where you were, and it was more suitable at the time. But she was, yeah. If she got away, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, she was not getting away.
She would. I would have been doing active things in the town.
I'm
as
so
well.
glad that we murdered her brutally.
That's really not nice.
We're not. We're not.
Look,
we're not a nice circus.
You don't hurt the circus babies. May is 6.
She's
tiny.
devious.
You can't
She's
hurt.
a child.
She's a baby. You can't hurt her.
She's devious. I like May.
Yeah.
I like her too.
It just means I can sacrifice them later, or put them in harm at least later,
No.
to get
No,
that
you're
emotion.
You're setting up the puppies, so when you kick them, it actually hurts more.
Yes, that's the term I never knew about, but yes. Anyway, so tomorrow we'll be doing something I don't know. Might be playing some more. Was it DMO? The
Demo.
VR
Demo.
dungeon.
Yeah.
I've finally gotten a new cable
Oh,
for my VR. I got it yesterday while setting up VR to do other stuff, and the cable for the HP Reverb. I don't know if you've ever seen them. They've got like a secondary plug that goes into the side for extra power. The old power box was like that on the cable. The new one's like that for the cable, so it's
Ooh.
much bigger. I was like, I wonder if they had a flaw in the old product.
I don't
think
have
so.
a problem. Really, I don't.
Yeah, so new cable's working. It's lots of fun. So I might be playing Damo tomorrow. Yes.
Are we having downtime between sessions?
You have a night.
We have a night.
Yeah,
I was just gonna say that Leafy was gonna do like a runic like reading thing, and I'll do it between sessions.
Yeah.
And, like,
Well,
post it.
you got a missing mare, so depends on
Yeah.
how much you care for the mare. Depends on how much
So-
time you want to
so-
take off.
I owe Jojyre a conversation.
Yes, we got the ode conversations.
Okay.
Yeah.
That as well. That happens. I do love.
I just wanted to say that I was gonna do that between sessions.
No
So-
problem. We can organise that, but don't forget to level as well. Feats and all the bits and pieces. I'm interested to see which directions people go. But we're going to be doing, as I said, demo tomorrow, most likely. Have fun, everybody. Enjoy your role playing. We're going to be raiding Defenders of Kobold. I know the Kobolds are evil, but we're going to be raiding Defenders of Kobold. They are doing Pathfinder 2 right now. The Fallen Kingdom of Vrez, episode 3. And they look like they're having lots of fun. Generally, I raid people which have really good looking overlays, so that's why we're raiding as always. So stick around for the raid after the credits. See you tomorrow, and bye for now. Bye.
Bye.